theory creaking open, baby.
Yo, welcome to the screen where the plot gets bent. Julie B deep dives, not just for content. She don't react, she dissects those threads from the lens, catching clues y'all missed when the credits end. What you know about freeze framing frames and while you blinking, she building an evidence drum. Got a notebook bigger than the lore itself, and a chat full of nerds with a mental health shelf. Yeah, she sees the glitch, peep the double cross. You just watching TV, she talk to the boss. Every theory and thesis, no throwaway guess. While y'all on season 1, she in season X. Said rewind and slow it, zoom in, enhance. Julie B caught the symbol in the window glance. While you tweeting what just happened like a clown, she already made a flow chart, color-coded breakdown.
They don't die like us, they don't vibe like us. They binge and they bounce, we revive that trust. They skip intros, we every frame. You watch shows, we decode the game. They don't die like us, nah, they don't die like us.
She cracked Severance before y'all knew it was deep. Predicted the Last of Us deaths in her sleep. When the camera pans, she ain't blinking once. Catch a ghost in the glass, call it theory punch. Watch parties lit like apocalypse nights. Call-ins while they bringing alien rights.
Hey, Julie, I think the trees are spies. Well, I have a spreadsheet that confirms that, guys.
Zoom in, boom in, she moving through clues. Spinning Discord in the courtrooms, Lord of views. Got mods with receipts. Time stands with heat. Every rewatch turns into a Reddit elite. You stuck on the surface, we beneath with maps. Cross-referencing lore with the rector's caps. If your fave show got secrets, don't be dumb. Julie got the chalkboard out in Frum's where it's from.
They don't dive like us, they don't vibe like us. They skim the edge, we inside that crust. They zone out, we zone in the pain. You say plot twist, we say nope, chain. They don't dive like us, nah, they don't dive like us.
What's that?
That ain't a blooper, that's a plot thread. You thought it was a shadow? She thought it was a coded message from season 3. And she's probably right. Step this way if your mind's unbent. Step that way if your theories pay rent. Say Julie B, deep dive queen. Now zoom, scroll, theorize, pull. Ain't no rabbit hole safe once she got the cloud.
They don't die like us.
Hey guys, it is Julie B Deep Dives with Scarlet, and we're going to break down episode 8 of Pluribus, just before the early drop of the finale, because that's happening tonight. In case you didn't know, the season finale is dropping 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. So I really wanted to just get a live in before that happens. So that's why we're squeezing this in early. Really rare early stream. So Carl might join us later, but for now it's just gonna be the two of us. Hey AAMM. Glad you could join. This is just like kind of a last minute thing. I didn't even know if I'd be able to squeeze it in at all. So
and I was worried about you, about your phone and how you were doing.
Yeah, thanks. Last night just was kind of a mess. But my phone is safe, so that's the important thing. If my phone hadn't disappeared, then we could have gotten this live done early last night, like I wanted to do. But that's what held me up for hours, and then my pain spiked, and that was that. But the phone is at a store just waiting to be picked up. They have it there, so it's all right. No serious harm done. I'm annoyed at Apple. They said they were, giving us an early Christmas present by dropping the finale early, and this isn't the present I wanted. I don't want the finale early. You can keep your present. I wanted the time. I had a lot of notes that I've written that I was going to make into a video. I was going to finally make a scripted video on Pluribus, and now I don't have time. So I'm just gonna. I mean, some of it might still be. I'm sure it'll still be relevant to talk about after the finale. The stuff that I was gonna say, I think.
Yeah. Well, everybody's been dropping early. Fallout dropped early too, and then I had to dodge like all the videos that summarized the first episode because I want to watch it with my boyfriend, and I'm like, I don't want to know what happens.
It's annoying.
Because sometimes people will just put spoilers right in the description in their thumbnail, and it's like, thanks.
Yeah, it'll be there will be spoilers right in the image on the thumbnail. Like that's annoying. I don't like that. You can't even go on YouTube safely until you've seen the latest episodes of whatever you've watched, of whatever you're watching. I try not to put blatant spoilers on my thumbnails, but yeah, I'm not happy about this because I really have a lot of ideas that I wanted to finally put into a scripted video, and
yeah,
I mean, I can still make the video because it's not like the stuff that I'm going to be talking about. I don't think it's going to be made irrelevant by the finale or anything. I don't think somehow the kind of ideas I've been thinking about are going to be proven wrong somehow in the span of a finale. It's all philosophical kind of stuff, which is what the show is really about. What makes life worth living? What's made the difference between Carol's mental state changing so dramatically from episode 7 to episode 8? It seems like she's kind of hitting on a few of the things that generally make life worth living for humanity, and she's finding that again. Like, I mean, in the span of one episode, she went from being, ready to end her own life, completely broken mentally from isolation, and just ready to let a firecracker blow her face off.
Yeah.
She went from that to like the happiest we've ever seen her to date, just with one episode difference. And I think it's because she's gotten some things back in her life that are fulfilling, and one of them is companionship. And on a fundamental level, human beings need social contact of some kind, and if you're just completely devoid of it, then you're gonna eventually, most people, their health can even be affected. Like, people have died of loneliness. Babies, if they don't have human contact, like, they can die. It's really important to have some kind of companionship for most people anyway. And now that she has Zosha's companionship again, as fucked up as it may be, it's still companionship.
Yep.
It's helping her mental state. And the other thing I think that's really essential is finding a creative outlet. And that's something that she's been missing for a long time, because even though she's a renowned author, she caved to the pressure of the masses to make her book as hetero friendly as possible.
Yeah, as marketable as possible. Yeah.
And it, because the majority of people are straight. So, straight people generally are more interested in straight romances. So she caved to that pressure, and she cared a lot about money and status that came with being a best-selling author. She cared where her book hit on the bestseller list and sales. As much as she hated her own book series and her fans were dumb and everything. She wanted that money and status that came from being a best-selling author, and now one of the things that's so groundbreaking for her right now is the world has changed. None of that stuff matters anymore. And it's like she finally realized, well, she can make this anything she wants it to be now. Money is now obsolete. She can have whatever she wants whenever she wants. There is no bestseller list or
Well,
like
she's the bestseller.
yeah. Yeah.
She's the monopoly of authors.
Right. and but like the dynamic is so different now. She doesn't have to worry about pleasing a bunch of heterosexual people because no matter what, the hive mind people are going to read her book and they're going to love it, no matter like it doesn't so it doesn't matter. All those things that were holding her back and causing her to become the bitter chrysalis, the bitter, miserable person. It's all changed now. She's. I think that she came to hate her own creation so much because she had to fundamentally change it from what she wanted it to be, her own artistic vision. She wanted a female lead. She wanted this to be a same-sex romance with a female lead, and like I think all that other stuff that went with it, all the other nerdy stuff about the Waikaro series, she actually is into all that. She just became bitter because she had to change it. She caved to the pressure. She didn't have to, but she caved to the sense of pressure to change it. And
see, it reminds me a lot of Yellow Jackets still, because there was a couple in Yellow Jackets that are lesbians that don't want to leave. One of them doesn't want to leave and go back to civilization because it's the 90s and they can live their best life in the wilderness. So it's kind of similar. Like she might decide to deal with the situation as is because it's her best life.
Yeah.
She can be the most free.
Exactly. That makes sense. Yeah, it's a great parallel. Yeah, so she can be free to just make this her creation the way she always wanted it to be, and now she's got inspiration. She's been kicking around ideas for a Waikaro book for a while, but all of a sudden she's churning out pages and she's excited about it again. She's excited about writing for the first time in probably ages. And I think it's cool that she can feel that way even in a world like this, because that's what creativity does for a person. When you're really passionate about a creative pursuit, then just the act of engaging in it and creating that piece of art, that's worth it in and of itself. You don't need a payoff for it. You don't need anything external, really. If this is truly your passion, then it does something for the soul, for the human psyche, to create something that the way that you wanted it to be with your vision. And that's what she's doing. And I think that is a game changer for her. And that's plus the companionship has completely changed everything. And it could, I think, help her become more effective at figuring this whole thing out now and how to deal with the hive mind. Because even though she's happier again because of these pursuits, because of the creative pursuit and because of the companionship, she hasn't taken her eye off the ball in terms of wanting to save people from the hive mind. I like that.
Yeah, it's very cat and mouse. And it's funny because Manny mentions a yellow dog, the gray cat. There's a mouse. The girl saves a mouse. All that, and all the framing in this episode. I saw some of Carol being framed, but then I watched a video that showed more pictures of like Carol with a frame around her, like composite shots. And I'm thinking, yeah, she might be being trapped by the hive here.
Oh, interesting.
And the last episode is called like The Girl of the World. Is she going to have to make a choice between her lady fair and the world, which is probably represented by Manny?
Right.
She might have to make a choice, like a lady or the tiger kind of choice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's this multi-layered because you can take it on the top layer that she's really enjoying herself, but then you think, okay, how much of the hive mind is maybe what's her name, Zosa?
Zosha.
Zosha. Like I'm partly sick, so carry with me. That it might be that she wants this, but then on another level, she might be trying to escape the hive, but on another level, she might be trying to integrate Carol into the hive. And then at the same way, Carol probably wants a relationship with her, but needs to figure out a cure.
Right.
There's like almost two levels going on. The face level, which I watched the first time thinking, oh, this is kind of like a romance. But then the other thing is almost like like espionage going
Right.
on at the same time.
Yeah, because she's still studying the hive mind people. She's still, and there have been people who think that she's faking. Like she's. I think that like Poggy was saying that that Carol, it was only pretending to want the hive people to come back, but she didn't, that she didn't really break down. This is all an act. And I don't know what he's saying now, but I'd be willing to bet this episode probably like fed into that theory. Like, oh, look, she's secretly plotting against them, still compiling information on her whiteboard and just pretending to, have a good time with Social. But I don't think so. I think that it can be both.
Yeah, it can be both. That's what I was going to say too. It can be completely both. She could want the companionship, but then still be trying to find a way to defeat the virus. It doesn't have to be completely one way or the other. Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be what are the other. She could give in to that fundamental human need for companionship, but also want to save the hive mind people from this virus still. And she does look at it as saving them. She doesn't look at she's not looking at them as like her enemy, like something. She doesn't have this contempt for them that Manny has. Manny is full of this contempt toward them. But I think that's because he really has not taken enough time to try to understand what the hell is going on here and what they're all about. He knows next to nothing about them because he refuses to talk to them. And that approach is not going to work. He needs to be more like Carol. If he's going to be of use, then he's going to have to accept that you're not going to learn anything about them or how to defeat this virus if you refuse to even speak to them. I mean, look how little information he had until Carol enlightened him. He didn't even know that there were any other immune people besides himself. He was like, there are 12 people. She found that out on day one. And he knows next to nothing because he won't talk to them. And that shutting down communication is foolish, and that's overly stubborn. That's not the answer. So she's gonna have to like wake him up to the fact that if you got to know your enemy. If you can look at them as the enemy, that's fine, but you got to study them, and in order to do that, you got to talk to them. You have to interact with them. And look how smart she's been compiling all that information on her whiteboard, which she filled in a lot more in this episode. This is all from spending copious amounts of time with them, and by letting them back in, this is the smartest thing that she could do, because now she's gathering more information and intel on them and how they tick. I think that's fantastic that she's doing this.
Or doing something as simple as changing the pronouns might affect them. Like them saying I. That it reminds me a lot of Ayn Rand's Anthem, where everybody's a we, and they suddenly figure out their I's instead of we's. But they always
Yeah.
talk throughout the whole novel. It's like, we do this, we do that, and then as soon as they find themselves, it's an I.
Yeah.
So I think she's trying to do that on purpose to try to get her away from the hive mind to see if that works.
Right.
I don't know if it will.
I think it's a game changer that she is getting Zosha to think in individual terms again, getting her to say the word I. And at first she struggled to do it, and she kept saying we, I, we like she was tripping over it. Like it was really difficult for Zosha to say the word I. But then look how fast she got Zosha talking. I couldn't believe it when later in the episode, Zosha, all on her own, used the word I and shared a story from when she was a child as an individual. I was like, whoa, like maybe Carol has unlocked something here. Maybe it is possible to unhive these people, in a way that even she could eventually do without having some kind of scientific knowledge. Maybe there's some other way around it, because she got Zosha to actually express herself as an individual. I was shocked at how fast that happened. That was really interesting.
But then there's an uncredited that you don't know if she's manipulating Carol.
I mean, yeah, but
I also liked when she said that she sucked when she played croquet. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It shows that she like, at least the hive's trying to have a personality or a sarcastic personality.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I do like that they actually have a sense of humor. I don't think that the hive mind people really have manipulative skills. We can't know this for sure yet, but I get the sense that they're very forthright. They're very straightforward in what they're trying to do. They'll just flat out tell you, yeah, we're trying to integrate you into the hive and working around the clock. And so I think what we're seeing is legit. Like, that was Zosha actually connecting with her individuality in that moment when she told that story, which was really interesting.
Well, the problem with me is that I saw everything as face value, and I thought it was really cool, and then I watched videos where there were like all this manipulations happening, so then I had to add that to my, my thoughts.
Yeah, I don't watch the videos. I am trying to avoid watching other like content creators' videos on this show, so I can just I want to just judge it for myself. I was watching them at first, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna leave it alone, except for a couple of Poggy videos. But like, I don't think they are manipulating, but who knows? I mean, maybe we'll find out that they've been manipulating. They have manipulative skills all along. I just get the sense that they're very straightforward.
They're almost too honest, right?
Yeah. And Zosha had said that like they can't make choices, but it seemed like she made a choice when she kissed Carol. Like, she made that choice. She didn't wait for Carol to make a move first. She did it first. I mean, so that's really interesting. That seems like maybe Carol is actually making some progress with Zosha, making her a little more individualistic. Up to now, if you think about it, the hive has been completely passive with Carol and the other immune people. They don't push. They do whatever the immune ask to make them happy. They don't make a move on their own unless it's to try to aid in their basic welfare and health of the immune. Like oh, you're gonna get dehydrated. Here's some water. Here's some help digging this hole. Travel assistance for Manny. But that's just really important things that they make the first move on. But other than that, they wait and they're passive. They couldn't have known if Carol actually wanted to be kissed. They know that she's been lonely, but they're not mind readers. They're not psychic, and she's never expressed any romantic feelings.
Well, she did say in her video that she was affable.
Yeah, but they didn't see that video.
Oh, then I felt like they watched those videos before they sent
No,
them out.
that video was just one that Carol made as a test. She didn't send that to anybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Got ya.
that was just Carol when she was drugged. She drugged herself as a
Oh
test.
yeah, that's right. When she was doing her little Blair Witch project thing in the bottom of the screen and stuff. Yeah, reading
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
book.
So they don't know. I mean, they they might have a hunch that Carol is attracted to her, of course,
Yeah.
but they don't know for sure. So that was
Mhm.
going out on a limb, making the first move like that. So I think that was a hint of individuality coming from Zosha there, maybe just a little bit, maybe a vestige of her
Yeah.
humanity and individuality coming out in there that Carol is drawing out, and I think that's really hopeful for the future. I definitely like I would, if I had to predict it right now, I think that eventually, like, Zosha will get unhived, maybe in season
Mhm.
2 or something.
Mhm.
And Carol will be the reason why. Now, I hope it's not going to be something so cheesy and cliched, like, oh, love conquers all, love conquers the hive, and
Oh,
you
I
know,
thought it was gonna be the opposite way. I thought she was gonna feed it sarcasm until the hive became sarcastic, and that's what killed the hive.
yeah.
She just fed it like negative thoughts, but not too much of negative thoughts. Not like crying, not like deep like sorrow, but the sarcasm and just being grumpy and stuff, and it would affect the hive eventually.
Right.
And it would save everyone.
Yeah. I mean, that would be better, because I don't, I just that would just be so cheesy, like, oh, they fall in love, and love, breaks her out of the hive mind, and oh God, I hope it's not going to be as simple as that.
And then
But
Mandy comes up and cuts her head off with a machete.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
poor finger.
um, yeah. Let's hope it's not not going to be as simple as that. But I do think that there's something to this, Carol drawing individuality out of Zosha, like, and it may have started with that look back that Zosha did toward Carol as she was
Mhm.
about to get on the plane with what's his name, Mr. Diabate. She looked back at Carol, like, almost like she didn't want to go, and
Yeah.
so, and now there are just moments where it really seems like she has actual feelings for Carol in a way. Like, in that moment, it just felt
Mhm.
so genuine. Like
Yeah.
that kiss, on Zosha's part, it
Mhm.
felt so genuine. It didn't look robotic to me, like
Yeah. I
everything else
felt
that they
I
do.
perceived it the first time I watched it as being genuine all the way through. So,
Yeah,
but I might be naive, but I don't care. I believe
yeah.
it.
I don't think it is naive. I mean, just looking at it, it came across as genuine,
Mhm.
and and I just don't see these people as manipulative. I really don't. Not from everything that we've seen. They were so honest that they told Carol from day one that they were trying to integrate her into the hive, and didn't even try to, avoid telling her or anything.
Yeah,
Um,
but the only thing that I feel could be on the other side is that whole scene, that whole James Bond type scene where everybody's acting roles, you know,
hmm,
and maybe Zoza's acting a role,
it's possible. It's possible.
and that's why they
Um,
showed us that in the first place. But I mean, I like to believe it was genuine. I like to believe she was getting out of her shell or getting
yeah,
out of her hive, I guess,
yeah.
larva.
Hmm. Um, and I think it's going to help her. I think it's going to help Carol that now she's mentally healthy enough to function again. She's passionate about her writing for the first time in many years. And you know, like, she's got this companionship that's helping her, and um, yeah, I don't think that these, you know these sources of happiness are going to weaken her resistance against the hive. I don't think that at all. I think, if anything, her anger and her bitterness were so excessive that they were hampering her ability to work against them. I don't think that she's immune because she's angry and unhappy and she needs to cling on to that. I mean, are the rest of the immune all angry and unhappy? No. We haven't really seen any through line between her and the other immune. They're very different. So I don't think this is gonna, be a negative thing in her quest to save the hive people. The fact that she's happier now. And I don't think letting them back in will hold her back either. This is helping her. She needs to continue to develop a deeper understanding of them. And that's something Manny will never be able to do if he doesn't learn to bend.
Yeah. That's probably going to take a while.
It's definitely going to take a while but if he really wishes to save the world, as he says, he's got to actually start engaging with the hive and not just remain in this self-imposed ignorance. That's not working. And the other thing I wanted to compare this to, the stuff that Carol is doing that changed things for her. It's kind of like what people did in the early COVID pandemic. They found companionship however they could. If they were alone, they adopted a pet. They took up hobbies and creative projects. So this show is a lot like a case study on Carol's psyche, like as it relates to basic human needs and how it responds to these apocalyptic circumstances. So now that she has this creative outlet, writing her Ricaro books again, and she's got her companionship, I think she's going to be in a much better state going forward to figure this thing out.
I think it's pretty funny that all the people that said, "Where are the pets?" were, there's a dog in this episode, everyone.
Yes, there is.
There's pets.
There are pets.
I always thought there was. I just thought they had to hire an actor dog, and that's, you got to hire dogs like, animals like that for the budget. You can't have it all over the place.
Right. Yeah. It's like they heard us and they're like, here, see, now shut up already.
Yeah. I thought she might adopt Bear Jordan.
Yeah. That's a cute name. So anyway, let's check in with the chat before we start breaking down the actual episode here. Faith and Repentance was in here early with this show of support. Thank you so much. Please hit the like button. I always forget to say that. Please hit the like button to help people find the stream. I always forget to say it until someone writes it in the comments. And these are some other things that you can do. Like you can save a video to a playlist, share the video even to yourself. That helps push the video out to more people in the algorithm. And subscribe if you're not subscribed, please. Comment in the regular comment section. So that helps with the algorithm too. Every little bit helps. So thank you, Faith. If you do happen to hear this, thank you so much. And we miss you too and hope you're doing well. Hey there, Amy. Nice to see you.
I was going to say, they can also hype the video, the hype buttons down below.
Oh, yes. I think is it after the stream ends that pops up, the hype button?
Yeah, I think so.
I think, yeah. And then but it doesn't stay. I think you have to do it relatively soon or it goes away. So
I don't know the mystery of the hype.
Yeah.
I can't figure out the rules of it.
Yeah, so I looked at like my last replay of a live from a few days ago and there's no hype button. So I think you have to do it maybe within a day after the video is posted or something. So yeah, if you have hype ability available, that's another way you can help. When the stream is over, look for a button that says hype this video and it'll like help push it out to more people. That would be much appreciated. Hey Hey, Amy. Hey, Miss J. Nice to see everybody. Hey, Doc. Sorry I'm saying hi so late. I just kind of, I got off on a tangent because I had all these ideas I've been storing up for days.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Planning on making a video that I now don't have time to make. So at least I got to say them.
Well, maybe episode 9 won't like shift it that much, and you could still make one.
Yeah, I think it probably, hopefully not. Yeah, hopefully it'll all still be relevant. Hi, I'm with Alice. Nice to see you and AA. Hope everybody's doing well and enjoying your last days before Christmas. If you celebrate. Hey, AA says, I love this episode. I loved this episode, rather. Yeah, I thought it was great. We got a lot to work with, definitely. Amy said, can you stream the new episode in Discord? I can definitely stream it, like, probably not right when it drops, but, like, maybe an hour or two later I can. I don't have Apple TV at the moment. But,
oh, yeah, you know what I had a problem with this episode because I couldn't get subtitles.
I didn't have subtitles at first.
Yeah.
But then later they got added, so I had to have Karl translate the Spanish.
Yeah, I was trying to translate the Spanish as best I could. I mean, visually you can kind of get it, because, Vince Gilligan's crew, it's like you can see him writing out a thing. You can see him getting the ambulance, it isn't like you need narration.
Right.
You can feel what's going on.
Right. Hey, SL Rhodes. Oh, and there's Faith again. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you all. To you too, Faith. Let's see. Can you say hi and Merry Christmas to my friend and coworker Walter? Hi, Walter. Merry Christmas. Hope you have a wonderful holiday and you enjoy it.
Happy New Year, Walter, as well. Have a happy New Year. Happy 2026.
And Happy New Year. Happy New Year too. Of course, always happy to shout out anybody who'd like a shout out, Doc.
I could also do goat noises and bells if you want, Doc.
Yeah, those are available upon request.
Just put a goat or a bell in the chat. I'll have to go downstairs and get them, but
yeah. Faith said, I refuse to use any Apple product designed to keep you tied in monetary wise, and they're super spies. Also, if you try to use install and use any not approved third-party apps, they won't let you. Well, that sucks. I've never had any Apple products other than an iPod, so I wouldn't know.
I've always had Apple products, never had a problem with any of them, so I don't know if my experience is unique or what.
Yeah. I'm just used to, I'm set in my ways, and I'm used to Android and PC, so that's what I stick with. Daryl, hey, Daryl says Carol being alone has made her more willing to be with the hive. Definitely, yes. Let's see. He says, I'm sad because I think Zosha is dying. Oh. I don't know. Zosha has been getting lots of screen time this season, and just now she had sex with Carol, and Mano is coming. I fear Zosha's time is up. I don't know. I don't see it that way. I don't see her going anywhere, but who knows?
I hope this is not violence in the last episode.
Yeah.
That's a horrible thing. Like some misunderstanding or something, and then Manny gets his machete out and like chops one of the hive or something. And it's like, no.
Yeah, I really don't want to see that.
Like some misunderstanding, especially, and it's like, oh, like all the stuff they built up is just like, tumbles down.
Yeah, Manny, we've built this connection between this future connection between Manny and Carol linking up and working together for too long. We've waited all season for this, and I really hope that it works out. And I know it's not the most ideal timing because Carol's, cozying up to the hive and having sleepovers with him now, but
yeah.
but she is still working against them, and she could make a case for that, saying like, look, I'm gathering intel while I'm, socializing with them. I know he's going to have a problem with it though, so it's going to be an issue. Hey, Debbie, Bebby, nice to see you. Hey, Christine Jellybean, happy holidays to you too. Debbie said, what the heck? I'm so happy to catch you streaming and not a replay. Yeah, in the daytime. It's a Christmas miracle. Faith so I agree. 4 years ago, I locked myself into solitude without any outside contact, except for those of you I met in YouTube. Been out of bed 1 year and realized why I stayed in the first place. Oh man. Yeah. It's there's something to be said for staying away from the messed up world too. But Daryl said, if the human race is turned back to normal, this would be one heck of a book. Yeah, I think that there's got to be a way to unhive at least some of these people, and that's the direction the show needs to go in eventually. Faith said, yeah, it definitely caused me to feel loopy at times, but I also learned a lot and came to the conclusion I don't need acceptance. Well, that's good. And it's also a good thing to learn how to enjoy your own company. I don't know how to do that. I'm very bad at that. Being alone with my thoughts is a recipe for a disaster, despair and depression, and it's not good. But okay.
Yeah, I got a little throat thing going on.
You got a bug there?
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry to hear that. Bad timing.
I usually mute it, but I didn't mute it that time.
It's okay.
Oh.
No worries. Doc said everyone is queer now in the hive. Now everyone's queer. It's always pride.
I got balls of all colors in my avatar.
Faith said, "Can a hive have two queens?" Oh yeah, you got what is that? Croquet?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dove on the fly.
Nice. Our name is Doc Kaiju, and we support that. We all queens now. Daryl said Carol and Mano better be a team in season 2. Oops. If Mano kills Zosha, of course there will be time needed for Carol to move on from that. Well, yeah, for sure. But then I want to see Carol and Mano work together. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Carol would be able to ever get past that. Let's hope it doesn't come to violence.
Let's hope they just don't send another person that just looks like her.
Yeah, right.
The next closest person that looked like the guy on the cover is a woman.
Yeah, seriously. That would be awful. For max algorithm engagement, please strike the like, save video to playlist, share, even to self, and sub. Yes, thank you so much, Faith, for pointing that out. Daryl said, us who aren't overthinking know that Carol really did break down and isn't faking. Yes, exactly. Indeed. Carol's performance was way too genuine for me to be faking. Carol still wanted to find a way to defeat the virus in this episode, but last episode she was so lonely that she was going to unalive herself, so that's why she broke down when she saw Zosha. Yeah, exactly. And Miss J said, I was so worried that the hive would find that whiteboard and rub her notes off. Oh, yeah. Good question. Yeah, it's a good point that could have happened. Both those whiteboards are full of gems. Yes, they are, Debbie. I've got screenshots, so we'll take a look at them.
Yeah, remember one of them says 12th night too. I'm gonna look into 12th night.
Oh, okay. The way to cure the hive is love. Yeah, I hope it's not that simple, Daryl. Zosha isn't trying to fake her story. That was just her telling real Zosha's story. Yes, I agree for sure. Jay said, "What? So what if Carol could find info about the real Zosha and then start talking to her about her old self? I wonder if that could help. I wonder if
Yeah.
that could help the Zosha individual come out, if that makes sense. Yeah, that could work. Like, just keep on appealing to that individual inside of her. I think that's possible. That could work. It's worth a try. Just keep on asking her questions about her background and how she feels about different things, and get her mind back into that individual state as much as possible. Yeah, Amy, the kiss was so aggressive. Like, damn, Carol, calm down. Yeah, it was pretty intense. uh
Has it been like 60 days?
Yeah. She kissed her because she knew that Carol wanted to kiss her. The hive is really nice. I don't mean really nice. I mean, they give you what they know you want. Yeah, but they couldn't be 100% sure. So I think, like, that was pretty bold. They couldn't be totally sure that that this is what Carol wanted in that moment. Hey there, Ellie B. Nice to see you. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Carol got that pluribussy.
I know, that was the one. I didn't know if you were going to put it up or not.
That's great, Amy. That's great.
I was just going to secretly snickle to myself over here.
Yeah. Nice. And episode 9 is dropping tonight, Miss J. They're dropping it early. Hey, Jen the teacher. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your holiday season. Let's see. Daryl says, just before Zosha kissed her, Carol talked about how she would risk being alone again, even if that means she would unalive herself. This made Zosha kiss her because they know Carol's lover, so they would know that kissing Carol would make her feel better. Yeah, but doesn't mean that she'd want Zosha to kiss her in that moment. It was definitely making a choice, and I thought they couldn't make choices. Like, when it comes to stuff like this, they said they can't make choices. When what's his name? When Mr. Diabete wanted to take Zosha with him as part of his harem, they asked for Carol to say if she's okay with it or not, and Carol said, I'm not giving my input at all. Zosha, you're gonna have to decide. And she's like, I can't choose. When like, when it comes to stuff like this, they can't choose. They can't just make individual choices. And then it sure looked like she chose something in that moment. I feel like the normal protocol would have been wait for Carol to make a move. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be willing to bet none of those ladies approached Mr. Diabete first, and he, he made it clear, like, he wanted them and initiated all those encounters every time. And so that's it's interesting. Jen said, I think Zosha is seducing and allowing herself to be seduced by Carol. In a way, Zosha and the Hive have learned to control Carol like her ex did, or keep her too busy to ask questions. Could be. Daryl said, I don't think they're manipulating Carol like that. I just think they want her to feel good. These Hive people ain't too bad. I wouldn't want to be them, but living with them would be nice. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely not. They're not bad at all. To have to deal with, for sure. Debbie said, you get 3 hypes per week. Support the channel. Oh, nice. I did not know that you get 3 per week. Thanks for that info, Debbie. Yes, please. Please support the channel if you can. When the live is over, if you see the hype button, That would be much appreciated. Amy said, I've hyped recently one of Julie's. If I see it, I'll give it another hype. Thank you so, so much. And Scarlet, you've done that too. Thank you for doing that. Debbie said, if you're a small creator, you get a hype bonus. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, Trace. Nice to see you. Hey, Miss Honey. Sending you more positive vibes for a low to no pain holiday, lady. Thank you so much. Thank you. I need all the positive vibes I can get where that's concerned. So I truly appreciate it. My pain is brutal these days, but I'm not feeling too bad right now. So I'll take it. Last night I was not physically up to doing a live, but my pain is low enough that I can do it right now.
Julie,
So,
guess who's in our chat? Julie, guess who got in our chat?
Oh,
Mackie's in our chat.
Mackie's back. We've been missing Mackie.
Let me run downstairs really quick and get my bell and my goat. I got a goat request, but I'll bell it for Mackie. I think that message from Doc worked.
Yeah. Hey, Mackie. He said, "Hey, peoples. We miss you too. We've been wondering where you are. We've been trying. We were live around 4 a.m. a couple times recently, so we tried our 4 a.m. Summoning, but it didn't work. Hope you've been doing well and enjoying your holiday season. And happy holidays to you too, Trace. And thanks, Debbie. I probably sound good because my pain is under control at the moment, for now anyway. So thank you. Zosha is a baddie. Oh, okay. So you think she's being manipulative, Trace? That's still an open question whether or not these people are capable of manipulation or not, or whether they're engaging in manipulation. I don't think that they are. I think they're being actually pretty straightforward, but we'll see. Episode 9 is tonight. That's right. When Zosha kissed her, maybe the real Zosha came out because of love. Could be, Daryl. Maybe love is the answer. I'm with Alice. Said they kissed in the beginning with purpose. They also contaminated those donuts. That's true. That's true. Yes. They did that to infect people. Hey, Gwen Turner. Welcome. They're dropping the new episode at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, as far as I know, on Apple TV. And I'm wondering how you found us, Gwen. If you'd like to share, I'm curious how you found the stream. We've been doing these every week. We're gonna do one more next week to cover the finale, and then lots more shows to come. If you like other thought-provoking shows, we cover from MGM Plus's From a lot on this channel. This is a great mystery box show, and I've covered Severance, and right now we're covering Stranger Things, and I'm going to be covering Fallout starting next week. So if you like any of those shows, subscribe to the channel. That would be much appreciated if you're not subscribed, Gwen. And join the Discord, because we also do watch parties for new episodes. I'm going to be doing watch parties for Fallout starting next. Well, I was gonna start this week, but I think I might have missed. I don't know if I missed it already. If they dropped it yet. If they didn't drop
Fallout?
it, yeah.
Yeah, Fallout first episode's already out.
But the second one, I'm wondering if that's.
There's also this thing called the Gulag that you can watch. It has the ghoul, and it has some surprises. It's like a Yule log like video, but it has some other things going for it.
I saw that. That was really really funny. They're so good with this dark, perverse humor on that show. So you got your goat noises and your bell.
I got my bell from Mackie. Thank you, Mackie, for finally showing all our conjuring works. Or else it was just Doc's message. I got this for you, Julie. Ready to
go. Awesome.
Gang's all here.
We're glad you're back, Mackie.
Yeah, we missed you so much.
Yeah. It said hello to all y'all. What, Scarlet?
It's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, it's a Christmas miracle. So I just looked it up, and Fallout, the next episode, is dropping at a very strange time.
Oh,
I don't know if this is typical, but it's dropping at 3 a.m. Eastern on Amazon Prime tonight.
That kind of makes sense because that's midnight on Pacific, so that kind of makes more sense.
Yeah. Usually
that's when the Yellow Jackets used to always drop. Those nights were so long because we had like that Severance stuff, and then Yellow Jackets would drop at 3 a.m. and I'm like, I'm never getting to sleep. I'm not sleeping.
Usually, like in my experience, if things do a midnight drop, then it's midnight Eastern. So it'll winds up being 9 p.m.
Yeah.
For Pacific people. But anyway, well then I'll be awake. So that'll be 2 a.m. my time. So when the new episode of Fallout drops, I'll do a watch party starting tonight. If anybody wants to watch with us, we'll start that tonight at 3 a.m. Eastern, 2 Central. We'll do that. Episode 2 of Fallout will be dropping. So every week I'll stream them in the Discord. So if you're not in there, the link to join the Discord is in the description of this video, and we do lots of watch parties for new shows that I'm covering. We're not going to do one right when Pluribus drops tonight because I don't have Apple TV, but we'll probably stream it once it becomes available through other means. Anyway, so like later tonight, whenever it becomes available, I can tag everybody and stream it if folks would like that. Okay, let's catch up with the chat so we can start breaking down the episode. Miss Honey said Sosha's body is feeling all the good love feelings and chemicals. Her body is falling for Carol. So, okay, so maybe it's something that's an interesting take. Like maybe her body is, is still retaining some of that individuality and, feeling that attraction to Carol, and those love feelings and chemicals are kind of taking over in certain moments, despite the hive mind that she's still stuck in. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. Debbie said no, baddie means she's stylish and attractive. She's hot as fuck. Oh, okay. I was thinking like baddie as in villain. Gwen said, just ran into you on YouTube. So glad to be here. Oh, awesome. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here too. Please consider subscribing. We cover lots of shows like this. If you like this kind of show, if you like really interesting, thought-provoking shows with mysterious elements and comedy, drama, sci-fi, then this is the kind of stuff that that we focus on. From Stranger Things, Fallout, Severance, these kinds of shows. And we just covered Welcome to Derry. That one I wasn't so crazy about the way that it turned out, but I do love the franchise Welcome to Derry. So yeah, we do a lot of lives for shows like this, deep dives, and I'm gonna start doing scripted videos, deep diving into shows again too. I just haven't been up to it for a while, but I'm gonna be doing that, and we do lots of watch parties in Discord, and the thing is, if you comment in this chat, I pay attention to the chat, and I want to hear from you. I want to hear your ideas and your theories and have a conversation and not just talk at you and, refuse to highlight anything unless you send me money. I'm never going to be one of those types of streamers. Like, they only highlight super chats when they send them money and stuff like that. That's just not how I do things. So if you like that, then you've come to the right place. So we're glad you're here. Doc said, do they lick Carol's food every time without her knowing before presenting it? Yeah, I think they'd know by now it's not going to work. Hey, Mr. Frogman. Sorry I'm late. Love you, sis. Don't be sorry. Glad you're here. And love you too, Critter. That's one of Critter's accounts. Thank you for dropping the Discord link, Debbie. There's the Discord link to anyone who's not in there. It's a good way to keep up with what's going on the channel and whatever watch parties we have. And we can keep the conversation going in there for anyone who wants to post their ideas and theories about different shows. Gwen said she should ask for a dog. Yeah, I would. I would ask for a dog. Daryl said from season 4 coming out in less than 4 months, most likely. Yeah, I've heard rumors about that too. I don't know where the rumors are coming from, but I hope that that's true.
Yeah.
I've been hearing maybe March or April for from. So, okay, let me pull up my images so we can start breaking it down. Hopefully we can try to get this done and wrapped up before the new episode drops. Yeah. So, so we've got the show always opens with like interesting, like artistic looking shots. Like this wouldn't just somebody's. It's Minoso's foot with a drop of blood on it.
Well, I've heard from Brent Skilligan he never likes to do the same shot twice.
That's cool.
And it's interesting because it's got the white and blue from the hive, but the red kind of reminds me of like, the non-hive people. Kind of like oranges and red represent them.
Mm-hmm.
Like his blood,
Mm.
is his, not the hive's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he's wearing the blue that seems to go with the hive, and like they're trying to make him one of them. They scooped him up against his will because he was too sick to say no, and there he is draped in the blue. But yeah, he's still.
It reminds me of the painting too, the one of the flowers, like the way that this is the pant legs kind of rumpled up and all that.
Mm-hmm. You can see that. This was this is an alarming close up.
Yeah.
Very unnerving. He looks like a crazy person. Imagine like opening your eyes and you see that, like one of these Looney Tunes looking at you like this. And the guy speaks to him in Spanish. You're back with us. Can you hear us? How are you feeling? Because he collapsed from illness after getting impaled by those spiny infectious plants in the jungle and just trees, and so he's probably been laid up for a while, and they had to save his life. They ask if he remembers what happened to him. You gave us quite a scare. The good news is that the infection is responding to antibiotics. Really nasty wounds on his back. Horrible. This is how stubborn he is, though. This is a testament to his determination not to accept any help, even life-saving help from the hive. He is about as stubborn as a human can possibly be, and that's going to be a huge obstacle for him, between him and Carol working together against the hive. He's got to learn to bend, because this is not going to solve anything, being this degree of stubborn. I respect his principles, but it's just not going to work long term. It's not going to work in terms of finding a solution. He's got to get to know them. Know thy enemy, they say that he's probably going to need to stay there a while to regain his strength. Of course he ignores them.
He just eyeballs the scalpel.
Yeah,
That's why I say there's a violent streak to him, so I'm hoping that doesn't come out when he meets Carol.
yeah. This is concerning because there's a very obvious moment where the camera focuses in on his eye looking at the scalpel on the table and a pair of scissors. So he definitely has a violent streak, and we have to watch out for him. Just losing his shit. He has anger issues with the hive, and that's going to be a problem too. That's not going to be a constructive way to figure this thing out and save humanity. He's got to get his anger and his stubbornness under control. Like he takes this guy, like, this is not even necessary. If he spent any time getting to know these people, he would know
exactly.
that this force is not necessary, that they're not going to try to keep him there and physically force him not to leave. They'll let him just walk right out. He doesn't need to take this guy and put a scalpel to his throat.
We understand this takes a lot of time to process.
Yeah. He's trying to explain that your body needs time to heal. It needs rest. He doesn't give a shit. And he's also once again insisting on paying what he owes, but it doesn't matter anymore. Money is now obsolete. He's still stubbornly in his principles, and even though they say you owe us nothing, he says, not you, the real people who were here before. The hospital, stitches, medicine, everything costs something. So he feels like a duty to pay what he owes the real people who were here before, the people whose bodies have been invaded by this virus.
Is he drinking human milk?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not in a carton, so it's a good question. I don't know.
It could have been locally sourced, and those bottles are what they got.
Right, maybe. Yes, probably. They say that before the joining, his treatments would have cost $8,277, either Balboas or American dollars. So that tells him he's in Panama. And he wants a receipt, and he writes down an IOU, how much he owes, plus an ambulance, signs it.
Because he's gonna take off with the ambulance, so he's got to add that on.
Yeah, because he's about to steal an ambulance.
Yep.
God, what a stubborn ass.
Bill me.
Yeah, oh God. I admire his principles, but it's gonna start to get annoying how stubborn he is. He doesn't even pause long enough to put his damn clothes on before he goes out, ass out to the world, with his Johnny still on. Like, it's not that urgent.
I also like that he wrote his thing in red too, in contrast to the blood as well. They wrote in a red pen.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You were admiring him as he left.
Yeah. I mean, he couldn't take a moment to just put his clothes on.
Yeah.
Jesus. Nobody's running after him, trying to keep him there. He didn't need to flee in his Johnny and take somebody at scalpel point,
I wonder how long it took them to find a yellow and blue ambulance for the colors in the show.
Yeah, it was very fitting that the ambulance was once again our traditional yellow and blue for the show. So then we go over to Carol, who's
the transition was the same thing. It was like red and kind of like the shoe with the blood in the shoe, but it's like, I guess, fruit is what she's got there, and it's a napkin.
Yeah,
like the one picture before that, it was kind of absorbed into a napkin.
She's making a frozen lemonade.
That almost looked like a smiley face. That's weird. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, it's creepy.
It's like an eye and a smile.
Yeah. She's making lemonade for her new friend, who's now returned for Zosha. And it was very very fitting that they, the shot was composed this way with the belladonna Georgia O'Keeffe painting in between them, prominently featured, like facing us, just as a reminder that of what she's just done. She's accepted this fucked up thing back into her life. It's the flower is a poisonous flower, that type of flower, and it seems to kind of represent the hive to her. She needs it in her life. She has to have it. She was dying of loneliness, and so now she's accepted it back in, and
it also means beautiful lady, and she's got a beautiful lady there.
Yes.
But poison, and she's wearing the white shirt and blue jeans.
Yep. And they even, Zosha even comments on it, that the O'Keeffe looks good in there, drawing our attention even further to it. So I really like the way that this painting was featured, and the symbolism that it could have for the show. I love symbolism.
I was gonna say beyond vaginas.
What?
I said beyond vaginas. Well, in Breaking Bad, Jesse, like, Jane takes Jesse to the museum, and he's like, all these paintings look like vaginas. It's supposed to be like that way. Have you ever heard about that with Georgia O'Keeffe, what she was painting?
Yeah.
Deep symbolism.
Yes. Definitely symbolism, and
the two flowers,
yeah,
close to each other.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, Carl isn't home yet. And he just wrote in the chat, "Is Julie live?" Oh, damn. He's not that surprised. He knew I was about to do it live. He had to go get my phone, though. He went to go pick up my phone that I left at the furniture store last night. So that's why he's not here. So drive safe, Carl. Don't text and drive. Don't chat and drive.
Yeah, you take it easy.
Yeah. Yeah, Daryl, I think the show is building up Manny's violent side for sure. Being his same stubborn self in the opening. I'm gonna threaten the people who are trying to save me. He needs to chill. Yeah, I feel that. I've lost my respect. He's doing too much. Yeah, I definitely think he's doing too much. Yes, Debbie, Vince is the king of interesting shots. This is my first Vince show, Vince Gilligan show, and I really love the way he composes shots so far. I'm very much enjoying his work. Mr. Frogman said his hostage is just beaming. Miss Honey said he's too rigid, unreasonable, doesn't really listen to them, and probably thinks they're all possessed by demons. I just can't sympathize with him at all. Yeah, he may think that. He's a very religious guy, so that's a good point. He might. And I completely agree. At this point, I was really admiring his determination when he was trudging through that brutal Darien Gap, that deadly area that he was trying to get through. I was admiring his principles, but at this point, his stubbornness and his anger are really out of control, and they're a hindrance, not a help right now. Doc said Menissus is the type of guy who tries to pay all his student loans during the apocalypse. Yeah, he probably would. Daryl said this guy would rather die than sleep with a hive. I think so too. Yep.
Yeah, even a hospital sleepover.
Yeah. Mr. Frogman said, I feel like Mano is a very solitary figure. What all have we seen of his past? I feel like there's going to be some very sympathetic reasons to vouch for him. Yeah, definitely. I think we're going to find out some kind of sad backstory as to why he's so alone in his life. And he seems like he's, like he remember like that one moment where he said, "You're not my mom. My mom was a bitch."
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Been there. Well, stepmom.
yeah. So he's got some bitterness there. Gwen said, "I still can't wait to meet the other non-English speakers."
Are they going to show up? Because I know they were all zooming, and they didn't really want to zoom with Carol. Well, maybe they want to zoom with Manny. I mean, who knows?
Yeah. Daryl said, "You haven't watched Breaking Bad?" No, actually, but I'm going to give it a try after this. I am. I'm going to give it a try. I heard it's a fantastic show. Sosha is the demon he must slay.
Oh, no.
You might think that. Doc said, what if he turns out to be homophobic? Oh, it's possible.
Possible.
I'm with Alice said, the center of the framed flower reminds me of the symbol on From. Does anyone else see that? Oh, let me take a closer look at it. Mackie said, sorry, I haven't been around. It found like a lot of shit changes around here. No worries. We were just thinking of you and hoping that everything's all right, and we missed you. Yeah, I see. I see at the center of the flower, there's. It kind of reminds me a little of the symbol on From. I can see a little bit of what you mean. A little bit.
Reminds me more of the cave drawings.
Mm-hmm. So.
I was about to return that.
Yeah, she's like, I was about to return that. I was just keeping it safe, really. There's been a lot of animals roaming around here. Wolves, buffalo. And if they were to wander into the museums and start rubbing up against the paintings,
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just keeping it safe. That's all. That was funny. They don't care though. They really don't care. They're like, we think it looks wonderful right there. Steal as many priceless paintings as you want. It's fine.
It reminded me of The Last Man on Earth. I don't think you ever saw that show that had Will Forte in it. One of the first things he does, because he's the last, well, he meets other people later, but he thinks he's the last man on Earth, is take like a bunch of paintings from the museum and put them all over his house, like Picasso's and things like that.
Oh.
Because you might as well, because you're the last person on Earth. You might as well have your house full of like masterpieces.
Sure. Why not? It's a different world now.
What if Buffalo eating the Mona Lisa?
That was a funny line. Manny would never. Manny, can you imagine Manny stealing a priceless painting even in this world? No, I don't think so. He just wrote an IOU for $8,000 to the hospital. They don't even want their money.
Probably wants them to charge for the full ambulance too. Like, charge me for the actual ambulance.
Yeah. So he's definitely going to have a problem with the way Carol is doing things, to say the least. I foresee it's going to be rocky. So then they go about trying to hang out like besties now, and they, realize the problems of trying to play a board game with the hive mind.
Yeah. I like Bananagrams because it's a yellow board game. It comes in a yellow banana, so that's more yellow.
Mm-hmm.
You ever play Bananagrams?
No, actually.
That's fun.
But she's like, no, we can't play that. You know all the words. Chess? No. Definitely not chess. It would have to be the only thing that you could really play with them would be something based purely on luck. Mm-hmm. Luck-based games. That's the only thing that would work. Anything based on skill, it would be completely lopsided. You'd have the combined skill of every game player on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So, risk world domination. That's hilarious. Yeah, so then they wind up playing this like card game. What's it
Well,
called?
it almost like looked like they were like an infinity symbol from above. It kind of looked
Where?
cool. Like, oh, it looked like they were holding hands, and I made an affinity loop in my head.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can see
Yeah.
that. So they play this.
Split? Was it Split?
I think it. Yeah, I think it's. I forget what it's called.
Spit?
Spit. It's called Spit. I forget what it entails, but like you have to like slap your hand down on the card first at a certain point, and I've played something like that before in in the past. So it's not skill based.
Mhm.
Zosha asks if she wants her cousin Henry to visit. I've been wondering if she has any family.
Yeah.
They didn't. I was thinking she must be completely alone in the world. Otherwise, they would have sent like a family member to try and get through to her by now. But I guess they didn't because she hasn't seen him since Christmas 2005, and obviously they're not on the best of terms. So the Hive figured, well, we'll try our luck with this chick who looks like your dream woman instead from your dream
Yeah.
woman and dream protagonist for your novel. So, makes sense. She said, like, there's no point, her cousin didn't want to see her these past 41 days. Why start now? And it would be exactly like talking to her anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
And there we see
this is like, yeah. See, there's this like thing where she's the flowers, like Zosha's in front and she's behind her, and then she's kind of framed in there.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I can see what you mean.
so you can see it like they're the flowers in the painting, but you could also see it like a trap or being framed in the hall.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Filmmaking. Symbolism.
I love symbolism. Yeah, that's cool the way they did that. So yeah, it's like they're the two flowers.
And she's in front, The Hive might be in front.
Right.
I don't know how to play Spit.
Yeah.
Anyone in the chat know how?
Yeah. I want to look it up now.
It's like playing cards or Google.
Right. Not exactly that much fun. Now I like how in this shot you can see the drone still stuck on the lamppost. That's great. The drone is still there, like as a running joke, a reminder. She asks them to power wash that off of the street, the comeback message. And she obviously doesn't really want Zosha to go. So they kind of have like an awkward back and forth, and then she asks Zosha where she lives. And Zosha says there's no such thing as ownership anymore. There's no private property. So it's like one gigantic commune. There's no private property or individual ownership of anything.
Their runs. Wherever they get their answers are home.
Yeah. So and then there's another shot with the drone prominently featured there.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. Like, or just a reminder, like, it's still there. She wants to know, okay, well, where do they sleep at night though? And it's in a freaking stadium. Is this? I guess they were helping this lady lay down.
See, this is what I wonder if Vince Gilligan didn't do a little bit of like a AI data system here. The way the data systems are set up are kind of in like rectangles like this.
Oh,
Like they're
data
their own little data system.
Yeah, maybe. Um,
Which has always confused me because if they're in a stadium, I don't know why this would be the most like fuel efficient place to be, like for heat and stuff, as
yeah,
opposed to someplace that has a shorter ceiling. Unless they did want to do the data system thing and have them all set up in rectangles here.
I mean, yeah, I could see them picking this for space, but they don't even have that many people here. I feel like there should be a lot more people in this place. If
Yeah.
nobody is sleeping in private homes to conserve electricity, then why are there not more people? This is Albuquerque. There should be a
Yeah.
lot more
Or there'd be
people.
people in the chairs and stuff.
Yeah.
There's like all those seats.
There should be way more people than this. So they're so hardcore on conservation that they're not sleeping in private homes anymore to save electricity, natural gas. It's more efficient to heat and cool one big room than hundreds of small ones. Uh, that's crazy to me. Wow. So they're just, they're so self-sacrificing. They're just the opposite of let's face it, like most normal humans. Just giving up everything to save the planet, refuse to ever hurt any living thing, even so much as picking an apple off a tree, to the point where you're starving to death. Like it's pretty extreme. It's good for the earth, but yeah, that was crazy to me that they're all just sleeping on the floor. Carol said this isn't going to turn into the orgy scene at the end of that Matrix movie, is it? Not unless we want it to.
Unless you wanted to. Do you want it
to? She looks like, oh my god, you're serious. uh, I mean, the Hive, they're doing some good things for the Earth. All this conservationism, saving the environment, but is it worth it? I still say no. All this saving the environment and world peace and everything, it's not worth giving up our individuality for this, and what makes us human. So she said that they do this all over the world. They use malls, churches, convention centers, anything that's available to them. And they congregate like this, and that's where they sleep. And
I'm just laughing at like this dog's one of you.
This dog's not one of you, is it? So that we've got another question answered. The dog is not part of the Hive. His name is Bear Jordan. So people have wondered, like, are the animals part of the Hive somehow? Or are they part of their own hive? But no. Apparently, no, they're not. They're not targeted by this virus, and they don't keep pets. But when an animal refuses to leave its former owner's side, they take care of them. Well, that's the least they can do. Pets should not be let loose like this. They're domesticated animals. They're not supposed to just be roaming free in the wild, and you're actually causing harm to them by doing that. You're causing harm. They're not equipped. They'll starve to death. A lot of them, like, they don't know how to find food for themselves, and you're hurting them.
And also, if you let cats out, they also decimate the bird populations.
Right.
So they're messing with the environment as well.
Yeah. So this part, I think, doesn't make sense and was not written well. So that's not good for the environment, and it's causing harm to these pets by letting them loose like that.
Well, I think they're trying to do it with good intentions, but that's not really great intentions. Like letting all the animals out of the zoo is the same thing.
Exactly, because
they think they're doing something good, but it's not overall.
They're not. Yeah, they're not. The zoo animals don't know how to fend for themselves in the wild.
Yeah.
So, and the domesticated animals definitely don't and shouldn't. They don't belong out there. So, yeah, that's really dumb. She asks Carol if she wants to stay with them tonight, and Carol initially says no. she's gonna head home, but it's obvious that she doesn't really want to leave. She doesn't want to be alone. So the next thing you know, she winds up sleeping over. Just that's how desperate she is for human contact. She's sleeping over and semi cuddling with Zosha. And then she kind of realizes, like, what am I doing? And at least takes her arm back. Pretty bizarre. But she's been starved for human connection. And so I get it. I get it. She couldn't take that aloneness anymore. I would feel the same way. So, so then when Zosha brings her home, she says that they had a wonderful time. They're very happy to be back. And then Carol goes and she gets out her whiteboards. No, that's the one about her Waikaro books. And this was all stuff that she wrote prior to the joining. So she was considering Raban dying and killer sand flea men. It's funny. And then when she gets out her whiteboard on the hive. So she's got the ones that she already had were eager to please, would give me an A-bomb, can't kill, not a fly, don't play faves, love all jerks the same, trying to change me, weirdly honest, can't lie. And she adds to that, they eat people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she was just trying to remind herself of that. Like, don't get too cozy with them. She's a little disgusted with herself for caving to the point where she literally cozied up to them and had a sleepover with them. So she's reminding herself that, okay, you let them in for companionship, but you've got to still keep them at an arm's length to some extent, and remember how fucked up they are. How, yes, they're eating powdered people drinks, and they're not a normal human entity anymore. They're they need to be saved. I think that she's right that they need to be saved, whether they realize it or not. None of them gave their consent to become part of the hive. They were forced into it, all of them. And this is not a natural human state. Their humanity and their individuality have been stripped away. So they need to be saved. And she's got to keep on working at this, even as she spends time with Zosha now.
And it's the first time I noticed that pen was purple.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's purple. I thought it was blue before, but when I watched it on my TV, it's definitely purple. So I'm like, all right, she has a purple pen.
Yeah, it looks blue on my device. I can't tell. So she does more recreational activities with them. She goes hiking with Zosha.
Got some blue,
and
some blue. Oh, it's interesting because it's blue, but then it's got some yellow and blue in there in the plaid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they're bringing in some pink too now, because like this pink tank top and then the pink lemonade. There's some pinks coming in.
Mm-hmm. And the train comes through. Carol comments on how she loves trains because there's just something about the sound of a train horn. It's the loneliest sound in the world, she says. And so she actually managed to find something that the hive didn't know about her. They didn't know why she loves trains. She was surprised that Zosha didn't know. She said the train horn is the loneliest sound in the world. And so maybe that she connects with it on that level because she feels a sense of loneliness herself. And Zosha, using her, hive magic, gets the train to blow its horn again for her. She just makes things happen instantaneously for Carol, and Carol asks how she does that. That way of communicating with the rest of the hive and getting things to happen. Zosha, that's a great question too. Zosha says it's something to do with the body's electromagnetic field, our natural electric charge, so to speak. You have one too, just unused. So that's interesting. So the hive must be doing research on themselves to kind of understand how they tick.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Like that they're starting to understand more how they function.
It's a beautiful shot.
It is, yeah. And Carol says, so like radio.
Mm-hmm.
So this might kind of give fuel to the people who've been theorizing about the radio waves that
the 86, the 8,
yeah,
8613
yeah. Manny had been before he left home. He had been using his ham radio to try to connect with different radio frequencies. And the question is, why was he trying to do that? What was he trying to achieve? I doubt he really understands enough about the hive to have the idea in his head that maybe he could be interfering with the way they communicate with each other. But he could have unintentionally been interfering somehow in the way they communicate with each other, because apparently it is somewhat like the way radio works, the way they communicate without words with each other across distances. It's interesting.
They're gonna maybe mess with the radio frequencies maybe in season 2. See what it does.
Yeah, they've got to be setting something up with that radio stuff. But with what he was doing, there's got to be something coming later. She said radio transmission is like talking. It's conscious. Our communication is unconscious, homeostatic, like breathing. So, there's still a lot that they don't really understand. But they're clearly working on that, though. They're clearly researching themselves, I guess, to try to understand how it all works. Then there's that awkward moment where Carol asks why they still need trains, and Sosha says food distribution. We know what that means. That train is full of dead bodies. Lovely.
And then this is white and blue again with the framing. They're getting massages and they're framed in that rectangle.
More white and blue. Like the painting had white and blue, and Carol was wearing it, and beautiful shot there. Mm-hmm. They get massages together, and then Carol asks questions kind of like a mouthpiece. You want some now? No thanks. Carol she's kind of like a mouthpiece for us at this point, asking questions like we've been asking, like how exactly does this work? Because Zosha is getting a massage, but technically she's also giving it to herself and giving Carol a massage at the same time. So how does that work? And is everyone in the world feeling like they're getting a massage right now? That's what some people were asking about, sexual experiences too with the hive. Are they all feeling it at once? That would be kind of chaotic. And no, that's not how it works. This is what we all kind of figured too. Zosha Social points out, like there's so much that goes on all at once. And just in the last 10 minutes alone, there's been 1,674 deaths and 965 births. Just as we said that, a man in Bulgaria was impaled on an iron fence. So that's a lot. That would be complete sensory overload. And that's just some of what's been going on. So to feel everything all at once would be unbearable. So they don't feel everything all at once. They don't all feel like they're getting a massage or all feel like they're having a sexual encounter at once, but they know it as it happens. So they're aware of it as it happens. Like they're aware that Carol just got goosebumps, I guess, because the masseuse working on her could see it. So it's a lot to wrap your head around the show, but I like that she's asking these kinds of questions and trying to understand more now. She's also, asking more about where this signal came from, like looking through a telescope at the star where it came from, which is Kepler 22, and the planet which they can't see there is Kepler 22b, but they don't know what the people there actually call it. It's got a radius roughly twice that of Earth, and they think that their planet may be one enormous ocean, which is pretty cool. And it's obvious, like they feel this adulation towards it. It's like they're forefathers or something, that, like she said, sometimes they close their eyes and try to picture it. Hold on a sec. Can you hear a bunch of noise in the background?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
You can? Okay.
Yeah, I can.
All right. My Carl's dad just opened his door and it's really loud. I'm just gonna mute myself for a minute.
Okay. I was kind of wondering where they shot this because, oddly enough, I don't think that Vince Gilligan was meant to fall in love in New Mexico, but he picked New Mexico to shoot Breaking Bad because it was affordable, and the benefits for film producers in Albuquerque was really, really nice. But now he shoots all his shows there, and I think he kind of fell in love with the area. And I think this is where they're looking at the stars here is one of those places. It has this really kind of cool silver loop, and it almost has like a mermaid tail looking thing on the right side. And I think that there's I went to Albuquerque once. I've been to Albuquerque and Santa Fe, and they're like really magical places. I hiked around in there, and there's a lot of red dust on rocks, and you get red dust all over your shoes, and it's kind of a really nice place to hike around. It's very vast. You can hike all the way up to the top of red rocks, and they're really interesting vistas. They're kind of dangerous to climb up on, but I did when I was younger. But I don't even know where this is. I'd love to know where this place is.
Yeah, this is cool.
Where were they looking at the train?
Where they're looking at the stars.
Where they're looking at the stars. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like an auditorium.
Yeah.
Outdoor one.
It's cool.
Like a theater, almost.
So they try to. So Carol can't see it at first, and then they turn off a bunch of lights, and then there's this cool red lighting.
Red. There's a lot of red in this episode. A lot of red and pink.
Yeah, it seems to me like this is like foreshadowing the love connection they're gonna make. All of a sudden the lighting turns red, and Sosha is getting closer to her,
red and pink. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a romantic situation, trying to help her see the star where the signal came from, looking through the telescope. Carol gets all excited when she's able to see it, and So it feels like the love connection is already happening. Carol wants to know what the people are like on Kepler 22b. And this is what I'm thinking. Like Zosha says, we'll probably never learn the first thing about them. I've been saying that since the first episode. I doubt we'll ever even meet the people who sent the signal to Earth. They're too far away.
Ambiguous.
Who says that there's anyone to meet at this point?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, true.
They may not even be there anymore. They may have sent that signal eons ago. So
maybe they starved to death because there wasn't any underwater algae to pluck off of a piece of coral or something, huh?
yeah, maybe they all starved to death. If they're anything like the hive mind.
Windfall for things under the ocean.
But
well, maybe the seaweed that brushes up on the beach.
So
Dead fish.
And I heard that the creator of the show recently said that he doesn't currently have any plans to show who sent the signal. And so I think that this show is not going to be about that. As much as I would love to eventually see who sent it and find out why, I doubt that we're ever going to actually see that. I think the show is meant to be a thought experiment, and we're meant to deal with the aftermath of what happened and not find out why or who did it or anything like that.
This show,
travel back
like Mad Men, and it'll just be that Coke commercial, and
yeah. I hope not. But yeah, there's this adoration though that the hive feels toward whoever sent the signal. We know we love them and we're grateful to them, and we'll pay it forward however long that may take, which I found pretty ominous. That we have to share their gift with whoever else might be out there, she says. I don't like that. It's just spread this even further. Spread this to other planets. That's what their plan is now.
The whole universe is just like us.
Yeah, that's the plan. So Carol has more.
I could see like some alien force or something out in the universe doing this to a bunch of planets, then collecting up the last person so they have the whole memories of the culture and keeping them like in a zoo.
Right.
Oh, that could be kind of Twilight Zone-y, huh?
Yeah, because then you just have all the memories of that culture up to a certain point. So you
then
have
the Collector from Marvel as well.
Yeah.
Or that Star Trek Next Generation episode where Captain Picard lived a whole lifetime, like in 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And it was just simply the memories of a certain culture.
Mm-hmm. Hello, ASIN 19. And they say it's more interesting to not know. Yeah, it's interesting to speculate for sure. I'm someone who likes answers, so it would have been cool, like maybe eventually, even if it's a few seasons from now, if we found out answers as to where this originated from. But yeah. But welcome, by the way. Thanks to see new names in the chat. And she adds more stuff to the whiteboard here. They're building a giant antenna using all the power in the world to send the signal to space. That's a big nugget of info there. The signal is from Kepler 22b, 640 light years away. Individuals feel, everyone knows. Hive mind explained. Trains to transport food. Communicate via body's electric charge, ? Communal sleeping, cuddle puddle, body heat, energy efficient.
Cuddle puddle.
So she's gathering a lot more information thanks to all this time she's spending with Sosha. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think that she just sold out so that she could get companionship. I think it's good that she's getting a deeper understanding of the hive mind by spending all this time with her.
Yeah, I like how she circled 7 and 8 together. They're connected.
Right. Yeah, maybe they need to sleep together.
Puddle for the electric charge to work.
Maybe they need the communal sleeping for that to work. She's wondering that. This is some good problem solving, deep thinking that she's doing here. That's great. No clue what Keplons are like. Keplons. Yeah. So she's
Fish people.
Yeah. So she's added a lot to the board, which is great. And this is what needs to be done. This is what Manny needs to get on board with, because his ignorance is not going to save anybody. It's not going to fix anything. Just staying away from them and not learning about them. So
yeah, I like the purple too. The purple. I feel like when she uses a purple pen, it's taking back her power, like her queen bee power. You know.
Right. She even has to ask for more dry erase markers because she's been doing so much writing on the whiteboard. And she lies and says that it's for Waikaro. So that she's good. Keep your cards close to the vest. And
ever since somebody pronounced that as Y Carol, I just think of Y Carol.
Y Carol. And
so Y Caro.
and Zosha is so excited because they're excited to have something new to read, and which made me think about that. There's nothing new for any of them to read because they've read every book on Earth, and none of them can write anything new because they would just be, they'd have nothing new to read. They would have written it themselves. So the only way they can have anything new to read is if an immune person writes it. So they must be excited to have something new to read.
Yeah, I was wondering if they wouldn't keep one person around for that, to give them something new.
Yeah.
Not integrate everybody into the hive and just have the creative person like Carol, produce stuff for them.
Yeah, because that would get so boring. Nothing new to read ever. You've read every book in existence. Yeah. Happy writing, Carol. They're all excited about it.
Yeah, but some people are saying they're trying to distract her from the bigger picture, but she already has her board up with the bigger picture, So I don't know if that's working.
Yeah, I don't think she's distracted at all. She went in this episode. Look how this ballooned. She had 5 she knew 5 things about them, and she now has a list of 12 with a bunch of notes. So I don't think she's distracted at all. I think she's being very productive.
I'm gonna reread 12th Night. That's what it says. Reread 12th Night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the left.
Oh, okay. And this is a good thing. She was stagnating and not learning anything new about them or getting any new ideas when she was completely isolated from them. So I think getting back in there and spending time with Zosha was a great thing. And these are her notes on Waikaro 5. I don't really see anything that I need to point out. I mean,
but this kind of goes to that chapter that we should cover eventually. The chapter of her book that's available to read.
Right. I still haven't had a chance to actually get to that.
Because there is a person that makes potions in it. There's a character.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we'll incorporate that into the finale one then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll in the last live we'll discuss the chapter of Waikaro that got released.
A purple ball.
Mm-hmm. So they play croquet. And so, she's asking, like, do they share muscle memory? She's still asking questions every chance she gets. So
Yeah, because the physical stuff might be harder for people. They don't all have the same muscle memory. You know, like an
Right.
older person could play croquet as good as an able-bodied 20-year-old could.
Right. Um, and she so Zosha then has a question for her. What was your best day writing? Carol says no such thing, and she's like it's like, what's the most fun you ever had getting your teeth drilled?
I enjoy writing. Don't you enjoy writing? I don't feel like it's getting my teeth drilled when I write something.
It's a love-hate thing. I understand how she feels when she said that. I get it, because it is like a torturous thing. As much as it can bring joy when writing is your passion.
Yeah.
Right. I majored in writing. Obviously, writing has always been my biggest strength. That's why I picked it as my major. But it was also a torturous process too, and frustrating, and just annoying. It just like a lot of pressure to get inspiration, and so I totally feel that what she's saying.
Yeah, I also majored in writing as well, like writing and literature and tech writing, creative writing. I love poetry writing. I have a good mad skills in poetry, but nowadays, unless you're gonna become the poet laureate, somebody set me up with a good poetry writing job, and I'll crank them out. Oh yeah, this is the one that Doc sent me. When it starts at this diner, Doc sent me forwarded me something in the Discord where shot by shot in a diner, it's the same kind of shot of the two girls in Mulholland Drive by David Lynch.
Oh, okay.
They're almost exactly the same. They're almost like the shot of the diner, then the shot of them kind of almost holding hands, and the way that they look and the colors they're wearing.
Oh.
So then which one of those two don't exist?
Well, I was telling, spoilers if you haven't seen Mulholland Drive, just pause, put your fingers in your ears for like about 10 seconds, okay? Because technically, the blonde girl does kill the brunette. Or cause a hit on her. Oh, plug your ears, Julie.
Oh, yeah. I hadn't seen that. Oh, well.
No, but it's so ambiguous, Julie, you'll have to come to your own conclusion because you don't know if that's actually happened or not. That's hence David Lynch. You don't know if it's happened or it hasn't happened or what's happening. It's all a dreamlike state.
Right. Okay.
So if you watch it, you might come up with a different conclusion.
Yeah. So I wonder why the director chose to do this.
It's all yellow too. Well, yellow seats. Yeah, I don't know. People love David Lynch.
Right.
And there was a lesbian couple in Mulholland Drive as well, so it might be a homage.
Right. Let me see. Let me check in with the chat. The chat's been pretty active. Let me see what's going on here before we go on. And let's see. We're running out of time too.
Crunch time.
Yeah. Let me see. Let's see what's going on here. So hey there, Breezy K4832. Menusos doesn't make sense because even legally speaking, there is a concept of force majeure and no one is going after him. He is almost OCD. Oh, okay. And welcome, by the way. Yeah, he is almost OCD, that's for sure. He's there's something up with him. He's gonna be a tough one to deal with. Hey there, John Dunn 001. Hi everyone, looking forward to the finale. Welcome, John. It's cool to see these new names here. And the finale is, damn, I'm excited to see what they have in store. She should ask for a collection of CDs and DVDs, said Gwen. Breezy said, that's what I don't understand, is why they would let the others waste so much energy, etc., but not do it for themselves. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They let the immune waste a lot of energy. That's for sure. Hey, Fromaholic Fletch. Nice to see you. Let's see. Has to fill up a neighbor's place like a blockbuster. Mr. Frogman said, Mano and Carol are almost like two sides of the same coin. One goes physically after them. The other is more psychological. Yeah. I could see that. Absolutely. Let's see. Miss Carol said, why ask Carol if she wanted her cousin? That's just weird. Yeah. If he wasn't with the Hive, then yeah, maybe. He's part of the Hive now, so. I wonder if they will remove the drone. I hope not. I like to see it just hanging there, Jay. I think it's a funny running joke. Hello, Mr. Grant Gregory. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good night. I'm with Alice said, is it a poisonous relationship then if the flowers are toxic? I think so. Yeah, maybe this is going to be a poisonous relationship. Grant said Zosha might not even be gay, and it's kind of creepy to sleep with her. Well, there are potential consent issues that Carol herself raised. Can the Hive really consent? Is it right to sleep with her even if she seems willing? So there are definite moral gray areas here.
Mr. Diabate had no qualms about sticking it in whatever.
Yeah, he sure didn't. Carol thought that was wrong. Carol thought that was wrong and said they can't consent. And Zosha said they can't make choices. So, Gwen, I think the rat, I don't know. I think the rat, even though the rat was not made to be a part of the hive mind, as a carrier of the virus, maybe it had that compulsion to spread the virus, and that's why it did that.
It was pretending to be dead. That's what the scientist was going to say.
Yeah.
There's no way that it didn't take that positive action to end up like that.
Yeah. So it had that compulsion to spread the virus to the point where it even pretended to be dead so that it could get in a position to bite her.
I'm assuming that all the rats created like a little sort of like a Wi-Fi network right there and pooled their little brain cells together to be what should we do? And whatever Einstein of the mice was like, hey, this is what we should do. Right. One of us should do this.
Yeah, I think so.
It kind of goes with the whole mouse and dog and cat thing.
It was basically a real life retelling of The Secret of Nim, Scarlet.
Love that.
Amy, yes, I agree. So there are consent issues here. Amy said anyone having sex against their own choice would be morally wrong. Wouldn't matter if gay or not. Asen 19 said no ethical sex in a hive mind. Yeah, I agree. Debbie said, I have seen quite a few people who are extremely concerned about Zosha's sexuality, but not one person wondering if Kumba's harem is straight and consenting. So I don't get it. Yeah, good point, right? I think we should worry more about the consent and not not whether she's actually gay or not. Debbie said there's a line in the movie in Affair to Remember when they visit his grandfather, the ship horn blows, or grandmother, the ship horn blows, and she cries and says, I don't like boat horns. They're the loneliest sound in the world. Oh, so it's a shout out to that.
To what movie was that again?
An Affair to Remember.
Yeah.
That with Cary Grant and what's her face? I
don't know who.
Princess of Monaco. I can't remember who's in it.
Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly.
Kelly or no?
I don't know. I think it was Cary Grant. I can't remember. I've seen it like a long time ago.
Hey, Susie. Nice to see you. Mr. Frogman said, I'm not really sure if they're consenting or not. It's kind of like when you're super tired, but still do it to keep your spouse happy. Yeah, good point. Asen19 said her cousin Lakshmi's kid, all the old folks and kids we see are all at least witness to it, if not feel and experience it. That alone makes it bad. Yeah, they all experience these sexual things even as children, so it's kind of creepy when you think of that,
Remember
isn't
she
it?
was asking that, I hate to call her the Indian lady, but
Lakshmi.
Asking her son, hey, do you like to use the this tool or that tool when you're doing a
Speculum
pelvic or whatever?
Yeah.
Carol asked him about what are the steps to a pep smear.
That's creepy as hell. Susie said maybe he heard something on the ham radio while the takeover was going on. Yeah,
I think that's going to happen in the future. Something with the radio, even though they said they don't do that themselves, but there's got to be something with the radio waves.
Right.
Deborah Kerr. Thanks, Debbie. She said
Yeah.
Cary Grant and Deborah Kerr. Deborah Kerr was great in The Innocents. That's one of my favorite movies.
Susie also said someone could have put out a distress call that they had knowledge about the signal, maybe. That
maybe.
could be. That could be.
Yeah.
So maybe he knows something. Yeah, he found out something that way. Remember, they said they had to do something to speed it up because the military was starting to notice them at the beginning.
Well,
right.
Hopefully they said it in Spanish.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully. Let's see. Mr. Frogman said, I loved that shot where all the lights went out. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, and Susie, I do think the red at the end of that scene with the telescope was foreshadowing the love connection that they were going to have. Red is the color of love, like Daryl said.
They might as well have been playing saxophone music underneath it.
Totally.
Do a
Yeah.
little careless whisper for you.
Yeah.
But red's also the color of anger and of war.
Blood.
That's true.
Color of blood, as we saw earlier.
That's true. Daryl says, I think Mano will see Zosha and Carol kiss, and that will make him go crazy. Yeah, that could be problematic. Let's hope he doesn't show up at that time and witness that. Let's see. Yeah, Mr. Frogman, I think that the signal was to pacify the human population for an easy takeover, but it just didn't wind up happening. That's why, I mean, what better way to pacify the human population than to do this to them? And they would all just surrender to the aliens when they show up. Welcome, Yokai Gatha. Nice to see you. Could be that it's natural too. Okay. And to those of you who are new, please consider subscribing. We cover shows like this all the time. If you like shows like this, if you like sci-fi, drama, maybe with some comedy in it too.
Mystery Box.
Mystery Box. We cover all kinds of shows like this. Stranger Things. The next show we're covering is going to be Fallout. Right now, wrapping up coverage of Stranger Things and Pluribus. And next year, we're going to be covering season 4 of MGM Plus's From. And Severance, whenever that comes back, which will probably be a few years. But any other shows that are similar to these kinds of things coming down the pike, that's what we cover around here. So if you like that stuff, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subs, and we do lives every week for shows like this. Lots of deep dives. I highlight comments as much as possible. I love to hear from you guys. You don't have to donate money to see your comment on the screen and get interaction and participate in the conversation. We also have a Discord if you want to join the Discord. The link to that is in the description of the video, and we do watch parties for new shows when they drop. We're not doing it for this particular one, but usually for any show that I'm currently covering, we do watch parties for it when the new episodes drop. We're just not doing Pluribus, but that's like literally the only exception. We're going to be covering later tonight. Fallout episode 2 is going to drop, and I'm going to stream it when it drops in the Discord. So if you watch Fallout and you want to join that watch party, that's going to be dropping at 3 a.m. Eastern, and I'll stream it right then when it drops.
So basically, you're saying is we're here for everyone's hive mind needs.
Yes. Yes, we are.
If your hive mind needs are at 3 a.m., that is.
Yes. Daryl, I think you're right here. When Daryl said Pluribus and From are different shows. From is about introducing mysteries and getting answers, and Pluribus might be a show where we don't get answers as to what caused the virus. I think so. I don't think it's about getting answers to a mystery. I think it's about the journey and about the aftermath of what happened. I think it's about thought experiment.
It's about looking inward.
Yeah. It's about looking inward and reflection. Asen19 says, I heard someone suggest, what if the signal is a building tool for a specific project and it just got out of control, like a piece of trash from a road project in our world blowing into the forest? Yeah, I never heard of that theory, but yeah, you never know.
That's like that movie I told you about. Like, what's it called? The Gods Are Crazy or something like that. Where randomly a Coke bottle is introduced to an indigenous African tribe, and it creates jealousy and people coveting the one thing. And they had never been that way. They had been a society, all getting along and helping each other. But then this one thing, which was trash, is introduced into their society, and they all start fighting them over it.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
So it's sort of like, a leftover of something, and here you go.
Right. Yeah, so we don't need to know the origin. It's interesting enough the way it is. Yeah, I'm with you guys on that. It would be cool to know, but we don't need to know. Doc said, lots of new folks here tonight. Feel free to join the Discord. We have a really good community, and we do a lot of activities and watch parties together. So again, the link to the Discord is in the description of the video. Let's see. Asen said Zosha is ripped, but do we see a little belly pouch, or is that just a normal uterus curve? I see what you were talking about. Like it's definitely not flat, or she's very fit, but I see a little bit, but it could be a normal curve. Yokai Gatha thinks it's a normal curve. Unless she was pregnant before the joining, she shouldn't be showing. Yeah.
I just I won't ever see the State Farm logo again now, because it looks like it has 3 eggs in it. And then when I see like the 7 and 8 circle, I'm like, oh, that's another egg shape.
The which one?
The State Farm Insurance has 3 like circles, like reds, like ovals, but they look like eggs, and they're always like behind Carol's head when they're in the stadium. And I'm like,
oh, right.
This is some kind of foreshadowing.
Oh,
some sort of fertility, like a reminder she's got eggs.
They're red too. Red's the new color, everyone.
Yeah, I know that's a common. It's a popular theory that they impregnated Zosha with Carol's frozen eggs. So, hey, it's possible. SL Rhodes said, do they get diseases from the corpses that were sick if they turn them all into juice or milk? That's something to think about.
I would think that they'd have a process of filtering that stuff out.
They would have to.
Because they don't want to hurt anybody. They want to hurt anybody. They want to hurt themselves, right? So
you just gotta make sure that your human meat gets over 160 degrees.
Right.
Well, they decimated it into powder, so I guess it's probably that hot.
Yeah. Miss Honey says diseases only come from the brain and nerves. The rest is all hive juice. Doc said, if anyone wants a cameo from me for the holidays, for someone for the holidays, let me know. Oh, cool. Hit me up by DM on one of my socials. Let's see. Amy said, Carl, you enjoying the chips?
They're tasty.
So anyway, so getting back to the episode. Hey. Jesus Christ. So getting back to the episode, so they basically they you could see this as a manipulative tactic. I don't think that they're trying to manipulate Carol. I think they're trying to make her happy. But they recreated the diner where Carol had this experience as a young writer when she used to go there and write notes for her work a long time ago, and it burned down, and they recreated it. They built it from scratch. It looks identical to how it used to look. They even brought back the same waitress. They hunted her down from way back then, and she wasn't even a waitress anymore.
Yeah,
but
she was happy, got married, living in Miami. We'll just yank her for this.
Yep.
Doesn't matter anymore.
It's like they're trying to, spark some inspiration in her to write more Waikaro books. And I think that's all it is, really. They know that will make her happy, and what are they trying to do? Make her happy. They want to make her happy, and yes, they want to. They're not just doing that completely altruistically. They want her to like them so that she'll sign on to become part of them. And I think that's
distraction.
Yeah, it's meant to do that. I don't think that they want to make her happy just because they're altruistic. They want to make all of the immune happy so that they'll eventually agree to join them in the hive. And that's what all of this is about. So this is part of that. This is just more of the same. This is just them going out on a limb and taking more extreme measures, especially since, Carol has become more of a problem. She's been a problem, unlike the other immune. So they, if they have her focused on this and try to make her happy, then maybe she won't go back to obsessing over how to fix the hive mind. But we know that's not going to work. I don't think Carol is going to become that distracted. I think she can do both. I think her creativity being sparked again and writing Waikaro books again is just going to help her in the long run. It's going to help her be more psychologically healthy and able to problem solve and continue to compile information and try to figure this thing out.
Yeah, but the people in the cafe, though, they're all actors. They're all going through the motions here.
Yeah, they're all just...
Even the traffic driving by.
They're all just peopling the scene, including the traffic.
Lot, yeah.
Let me ask you this. Now that the hive has this imperative to create a transmitter and use all of human energy and resources to propagate the signal throughout the universe, should it be wasting any time or resource on these immune fuckers? They
don't want them to get sad. They don't want them to get sad or mad.
You need to create a transmitter the size of Africa, like the guy said, and you need to broadcast it into the infinite space. And you need every little bit of resource and why are you wasting any time on these people?
Yeah.
Because when she had a negative thought, it killed a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's become a part of their biological imperative. It's all about they want to make them happy so that they'll agree to become part of the hive. They want to incorporate every last one of them, even though it doesn't make any sense. This doesn't make any sense any more than it did letting out all the animals, letting out the pets. They're not supposed to harm anything. They're trying not to harm anything, and they're letting out the pets who don't know how to take care of themselves. They do all kinds of misguided things that don't make any sense, to be honest. But that's why they're still wasting time, resources, and attention on these immune people. They want them to say, sure, okay, you can have my stem cells and I'll become one of you. Even if it's not likely for that to ever happen, I don't think they'll ever give up. I don't think they ever will.
Well, they'll give up when they're dead, when they're sitting under an apple tree waiting for the apple to drop in their mouth.
Right. Merry Christmas to you too, Debbie, and to everyone else out there who celebrates. Now, this is a scene that really was a game changer to me. Like when Carol got her to speak in the singular, speak as an I instead of a we. I thought that was really key, and I'll be curious to see where this goes. Carol is sick of hearing we this and we that. She said, "Would it kill you to say I?" And it does. It's really not easy for Zosha. She's like, I find it odd semantically, but of course she could. She's struggling so much, and she can't, yeah, all the brains in the world, you can't navigate a fucking pronoun. And yeah, so it's interesting. So she struggles with it at first, and Carol also is not happy that she feels like they're trying to distract her by rebuilding her favorite diner and showing all this enthusiasm for her writing again. She thinks it's manipulative bullshit because they know that she hasn't give up, and she's like, admit it, tell me you know I won't give up. And Zosha admits, yes, we know, we wish you would. But they're not faking that they love Waikaro. They really do have all the Waikaro fans in the world as part of the hive mind. I believe that they really do love it.
Mm-hmm.
They really do love it, and you could call it manipulative, I guess. I don't think it really is. I think it's just a way of trying to make her happy so that she'll eventually acquiesce. That's all. I guess you could say it's manipulative, but it's not too sneaky manipulative. It's obvious. It's right in your face. I don't think they are doing any kind of shady, sneaky stuff in the background. Maybe I'm being naive, but I think they're pretty much in your face with what they're doing. And they're open about it. Now, she says, like, Carol actually admits, I like you people, you whatever. There's a lot of things I like about you, but this is a train wreck. So she actually has grown to kind of like them. I mean, the hive mind, they're not so bad. They're nice, they're friendly, they want to make her happy no matter what. But she's right. They need to be saved. This is unsustainable. It's a mental illness. It's psychosis. They can't even pick a goddamn apple off a tree and they're starving. So she's right. Someone has to put the world right, even if it means that they all leave her again. They need saving. Both sides here think the other needs saving. But I side with Carol that they're the ones who need saving. they're going to be starving to death. They are the ones in an unnatural, inhuman state that took away their individuality, and none of them got to give consent to join the hive. So I think she's right. They need saving. They think she needs saving. But yeah, I'm on Carol's side with that one. They think that Carol is in some kind of drowning state, not being part of the hive, and she'll be so much more at peace and content if she's part of them. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it. She'd be giving up too much, and so yeah, she's right to want to save them. I think, you could argue that, well, no one's really, no one should be saved against their will if they don't want to be saved, but the only reason they don't want to be saved is because they got forced into the hive mind without consent in the first place. And so they never got to make a choice. So why not save them, set them the way they were, get them back the way they were, if it's possible to do that, and then let them choose if they want to go back to that state or not. But
then this happens.
And that happens. Zosha makes a choice. I think that she's making a choice here that's possibly a turning point.
You don't think the hive mind was like, just kiss her now, get her mind off things?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think
End this argument now.
Yeah. I don't think so, because I think that would be taking it too far, taking the manipulation too far. They know that diner would make Carol happy. They know that writing these books the way she always wanted to write them would make her happy. But do they know for sure that this would make her happy? They can't possibly know for sure. They're not mind readers. And they don't know without a doubt that Carol was attracted to her and wanted this.
Yeah, but they've watched daytime TV. They know.
They can make an educated guess.
Yeah, exactly.
They can make an educated guess, but they couldn't be sure. And I just think that there's a hint of a choice here. There's a hint of a choice being made. This is not a passive move. This is more forceful.
Choice? It's the hive's choice, or it's
Zosha.
Oh, you think it's her individuality coming through?
Just a hint of it. Just a
tiny bit of mango ice cream coming out?
Just a little bit. Yeah. A hint of a choice in there.
A zibba to the zabba.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because this is the only other time they forced kissing on people was when they were trying to spread the virus. And that was just a biological imperative forcing them to do it. Mm-hmm. They don't do things like this. They're passive, and they only fulfill requests from these people. They don't just do something like this. They don't do something unless they know 100% that they need it for survival, like hydration, or that it would definitely make them happy, like that diner made her happy.
Or like when they did all the chemtrails and stuff in the sky. That was
that was part of their biological imperative. So they had to do that. That was part of spreading the virus. So that's different. They had to do that.
Did they now?
Yeah. So I'm not saying, oh yeah, this is her as an individual coming through 100%. No, I just think that there's a flicker of hope here that she seems to have made a choice in that moment to take that action on her own. Whether or not she felt personal attraction to her and wanted to is up in the air, but even just choosing to do that because she thought it might make Carol happy is a hint of an individual choice there. So I think that there's something to think about, just something to think about. And then Carol gets this spark of inspiration and starts writing chapter 1 of a new White Caro book, the way she always wanted it, with a female lead.
Yeah, so it must have been pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I've seen examples of that. You know, get up, start making breakfast and stuff. This is sort of along those lines.
Yeah. Yeah.
Washing dishes or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Writing a poem.
Yeah. She's got a font of inspiration out
Have you
of
been
this.
washing dishes a lot, Carl?
it's so this is it's I think a breakthrough for Carol, and I think it'll help her ultimately be more. I don't think it's going to be too much of a distraction. I say it's a good thing for her mental health to engage in this creative activity, and feel that sense of fulfillment and happiness. And now she can be more productive. She can do more than one productive thing at a time. She can do that and still continue compiling information on the hive and trying to figure out a way to save them from it.
What's Manny gonna say when he sees the whiteboard, when he sees her writing? He's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, oh I see you're being productive."
He's not gonna see it that way. No, he's not gonna see it that way. And I mean, I think that's gonna be a big battle they're gonna fight between each other for sure. They're not gonna see eye to eye on this. But I think ultimately it's gonna be a good thing for her, and she doesn't need to just solely focus on.
Oh yeah, this shot right here. She's framed in the window, and then Zazia's framed where Helen's gravestone is. Like she's replaced Helen.
Yeah, I really liked how this was done. This was the first sexual experience Carol had after the death of her partner, and you can see the weight of that on her face as she looks out the window at the grave marker, where her body is buried, and this was really artistically done, the way Zosha's face appears right over where the grave was. Yeah, that was beautifully done. But I kind of skipped ahead because I want to stay on that for a minute. So yeah, because some folks were heading out, and I wanted to just check in with the chat again. Should have done it a little bit sooner, but in case they come back in on the replay, I'll still highlight anyway. Susie said, I gotta go right at 9. I'm gonna watch this and then herd some cats. Driving for 4.5 hours. Wow.
How many cats?
Wow. Well, safe travels to Susie, and hope she has a lovely cat-filled holiday. Daryl said they're the hive mind and they're Carol's friends until the end. And Susie was still packing, and she said, "Here comes that dang train. It doesn't sound lonely at all." Daryl said, "Carol just needs to go Christmas caroling." Yeah. Yeah, I just recently had to drive really long distance with a bunch of cats, so I feel Susie's pain. It's not fun. It is not fun. Bye to Susie and happy holidays. Cats on a long drive are a nightmare.
Yeah, tell me about it.
We had 3 of them in the car driving like 1,000 miles. It was like a 12. How many hour drive was it? No, how many? How many hours was that?
Technically, it's like a 22 to 21 hour drive.
It was like a 21 to 22 hour drive, but we split it up over a few days. Doc said they have to solve for the immune so they can send out an improved signal. Yeah, could be.
Oh, that's an interesting take. Yeah.
Could be. Yeah. Daryl said they are programmed to be nice so that people join them, but because they are programmed, they are being nice because they want to be nice. Yeah, I can see that. Daryl ships them. Yeah, the actresses do have good chemistry. I agree. Oh, thank you. Daryl said, "You're not naive. Other people overthink." I don't get me wrong. I'm very good at overthinking on a lot of things in life, but I try not to overthink my TV analysis to death. Except on From, and then I go down the rabbit hole pretty far. Carol's lover is inside them, so they do love Carol. In a way, yeah, that's true. Helen is part of the hive mind consciousness, so they do
It's
kind
just
of
like it's just like Carol's making love to the whole hive.
Yeah, that's true. He said, "I've liked the hive mind since episode 1. Really nice people." Mr. Frogman said, "Reminds me of Mormons. Super nice people that want me to join them, but it ain't me." Yeah, it's a great analogy, actually. Doc said, "I think the hive had to speed up its charm offensive on Carol before Manusos got to her." Yeah, the title of this episode is Charm Offensive. So that's a great point. And there's a reason that the episode is called that. They're trying to charm her, turn up the charm higher than ever with reconstructing that diner for her, bringing that waitress out. And of course, turning on the charm via Zosha and the romantic vibes, just trying to win her over as much as possible because they know Manny is on his way to her, and the two of them could be a formidable team. Can you imagine? So yeah, I think that's a great point. I never know if this is supposed to be S seriously or Shirley or S for lie. 3786.
Really?
But it says nice people who can't even pick an apple or grow crops to harvest. Nice people who don't care. They are dooming the human race to all be dead in 10 years with this ridiculous set of rules. Great points. Yeah. I mean, that's a really stupid, short-sighted kind of niceness. So, yeah, it's really ridiculous. And it's going to cause a lot of suffering and death. So, yeah. Is it really that nice? Great point. And welcome. Nice to see you. Let's see. So, S rely? I don't know. Sorry if I'm not saying it right. Manusos will not want to be around will not want to be around anyone but Carol. Zosha needs to leave or he will not stay. Yeah, he might just take one look at Zosha and bolt. That's true. Yeah. Amy said when I moved this last time, a cat took a poop in the carrier. Yeah. Yeah, that's always a danger. Susie left another comment. Susie said, "I'm just going to say the first scene is a total Deemsters reference and has me rethinking the entire show on the finale." Oh, okay.
What a tease.
What a tease. Yeah.
I had to watch it.
Yeah, we're gonna, as soon as we wrap this up in a few minutes, then we can watch it. Hi there, S. Madison. Welcome. Did Carol sleep with her / them? Looks like it, yes. That's definitely the implication, is that she slept with her/them. It definitely seems like a them situation. Yeah, I'm
They could
disappointed.
all feel it, is what we're saying.
Yeah. And I'm disappointed that she went there, because I thought she would hold her ground that it's a matter of, a consent violation to do this. When Zosha can't really consent, you could say that she can't really consent as an individual. So that sucks. I was really hoping she wouldn't take it that far. But it is what it is. I think, I don't know, maybe she just gave in to her desperate need to feel that physical closeness again, to someone. And so, that's what it was. It definitely wasn't as bad as what Mr. Diabete has been doing. I mean, he's just a horn dog, he just sleeps with any and everyone in the hive. Whereas Carol has been developing an attraction specifically to this one person, and almost kind of liking her as a person. She even said that she likes her. So it's not even, I don't even think it's just a lust, physical lust kind of thing. I don't think it's just that. She actually does kind of like Zosha, for herself, like, whatever whatever kind of identity you could say she has. Anyway, so it's okay, she's studying them. Yeah, I mean, she's definitely studying them. Now she's studying them from a whole other angle. Literally.
She's studying them inside out.
Yeah. As Madison says, I'm loving the show so far. I can't lie. I love mysteries. Me too. I love mysteries. And even though this one may not ever actually explain the truth behind the mystery, like where it originated from.
Maybe they will, sweetie. Maybe they'll be like The Leftovers, and it'll just be somebody rambling about what happened, and that'll be the end.
Oh, was that how The Leftovers ended?
Yeah. Spoilers, sorry.
Leftovers is a good show.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, so she knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I'll finish it eventually. I stopped.
What if Carol's falling in love with the hive and their personality? Maybe the hive does have a personality and she's falling for it.
Yeah. It could be, she says that I like you. There are a lot of things I like about you. That's what she said. So maybe she's kind of falling for their personality, their collective personality. Maybe it's going to be like the biggest, like poly relationship. Yeah. Talk about polyamory.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be being in a relationship with almost everyone on Earth. Billions of people. Talk about that for a mind fuck. Oh, a hive mind fuck. See what I did there? So anyway, yeah, let's wrap this up.
A little late on this, but there you go, Julie.
Nice
one.
So yeah, there's that beautiful shot again, which we touched on already. It's an emotional thing, I'm sure, for Carol to sleep with someone for the first time after losing her partner only 2 months before this, 60 days before this. We just saw the time has been 60 days, 8 hours since the joining event when her partner died. And I think that was put there to remind us of that, for that specific reason. because they haven't been showing the time elapsing quite as often anymore. But why did they suddenly show it now? And then they have Carol looking at her partner's burial site. It's to remind us that she lost her partner 60 days before, and now a new woman is kind of taking her place.
And there was a great shot. It's like, there's the grave, there's the marker, and then ta-da, Raban or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Others forget that you actually killed her.
Right.
Put that
And
on
they,
the rug.
yeah, that kind of brings a lot of baggage to a new relationship. They did technically cause her partner's death. So, yeah. I don't think she's shown with all the anger she's shown. I don't think she's really expressed that enough. Like, you freaks killed my partner, you know? So there's, I don't know why she hasn't really, expressed that very much. So they have breakfast, and she asks Zosha, and I think this is what she needs to keep hammering away at. Keep asking her questions about herself as an individual. You like omelets, right? And Zosha initially responds, "We do. That's just second nature. We all love breakfast food," instead of what she likes. But Carol redirects her. No, but you. Does Zosha like omelets? And Zosha says, Zosha likes, and she changes her wording, I like omelets. She's learning to use those individual singular terms. This is potentially a way to make a breakthrough if Carol really hammers away at this a lot. Zosha said she never had many chances to try them. Carol asks, what is your favorite food? And Zosha doesn't actually have trouble answering this time. She doesn't trip over her words. I was really amazed by how easily she, expressed herself this time. She said, mango ice cream. I love mango ice cream. There was an old man in my neighborhood who sold it out of a little cart. I would watch the ships leaving Dansk. Brand new, first voyage. I was maybe 10 years old, and I was fascinated by these giant ships. Who built them? What for? Where were they going? And now I know. Sometimes the man with the cart who would hand out ice cream bars to us when he had too many to sell. He knew we didn't have 2 coins to rub together. It was just after the country had opened up, and suddenly he had new flavors: mint, coffee, peach. But mango, that was my favorite. What a detailed memory. A detailed emotional memory from her childhood, going back a long way. A lot of times our childhood memories become a fundamental part of our identity, like it's a really deep-seated facet of ourselves that it gets deeply ingrained in our psyches. These things that we hold on to, these memories that we hold on to from childhood, and this is really interesting to me. How she launched into this long story, and she used the word "I" multiple times, and the word "my," and I think it's a breakthrough. I think this is potentially a way in for Carol, and she looks like she's accomplished something. When after that little anecdote, Carol has a little smirk on her face, kind of smug looking, and she says, "Thank you for sharing that." I think this could be a solution. This could be a way to chip away at the hive mind, and maybe she can't totally extricate her or anyone from the hive mind just through relentlessly, prompting them with these lines of inquiry about their individual lives and feelings and preferences. But I mean, even if she could just temporarily break her loose, after working on this for a long time, say, even that would be an amazing breakthrough. Even if just temporarily we could see that it's possible to bring her back as an individual. I think it's a fascinating way the show could go, and I think it's kind of necessary that there needs to be a way to unhive these people. We need to see somebody get unhived before this series is over, because there just are not enough unhived people. It's just Carol, Manny, and a bunch of useless people in the immune group. So we need more. And yes, they can find maybe a few more they didn't know about somewhere on the earth, somewhere off the grid. But other than that, I think a way to get out of this corner that they've kind of written themselves into is give us a way to unhive these people. Give Carol a way to do it.
What a great word that you've come up with. Unhive.
Well, what better word to use?
Hold on one second, guys.
Just a second.
Okay. Well, I'll talk for a little bit. What was I gonna say about this? Okay, so in this episode 2, she's gone from blue and now she's wearing orange again, and Zaja is wearing blue. So I feel like it went really kind of weird from her wearing blue and white to this plaid that had yellow and blue in it, and then Carol has another scene where she's wearing a green tank top, which is yellow and blue put together. And then after she went to the green, now she's going back to orange, which is, I feel like it's her color palette. That's kind of like gold and orange, and this kind of, I guess, coral would be her like color palette. So it's interesting how it went from her being kind of like the portrait of the belladonna, like white and blue, and then she just went to something that was a mix, and then something with the colors that were mixed in a green, and then now into this. And let me see, what else can I say about this?
Anyway, what were you saying, Scarlet?
I was just talking about color theory, because she kind of started out with white and blue, and then she had that plaid shirt on that was yellow and blue, and then she had the green tank top, like those colors that blend together, and now she's back to kind of orange, like her color palette of orange and coral and stuff like that.
In color theory, if you put on plaid, is that like having a hysterical outbreak or something? Is that like,
I don't know. I think it's more like they're fighting, those colors are fighting each other, and then they blended together when she was in the green tank top.
Or it's like you're sick, you have the flu, you vomit up all the colors.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
What do they call that? Like a rainbow colored yawn?
Was it Jackson Pollock, or what's that guy's name?
Oh, you got Jackson Pollock all over the place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ms. Honey said unhived Zosha may not want to be with Carol like that.
Can you imagine? She's like, yeah.
That would suck.
She
yeah.
unhives and she's like, I am totally straight. It's like, oh.
Oops. Yeah.
Whoopsie.
Mr. Frogman, turns out Zosha is asexual. That would suck.
She unhives and she's like, actually, before the joining, I was at a monastery and
oops.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, or married with kids, exactly. I was gonna say the opposite.
Miss Honey said, yeah, or married with kids. Yeah, she can be anything. This is another reason why it's problematic to sleep with a member of the hive. Although Carol should really, before doing this, before any kind of relationship with her, Carol should have asked her.
Exactly. Should have asked all those questions. Like, what were you before? Do you have kids? What was your first experience? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
No, it's like, hey, here's my clam. Enjoy.
You're not gonna ask about any sexual trauma in her backstory.
Yeah. She should have at least asked her more questions. Yeah, because she would have told her. She would have just she would have told her if Carol had just asked. You know, she'll volunteer information. So anyway, S Rely says Sosha is completely like a Google Gemini for sure. She's an AI bot in the hive mind, but if she can disconnect, maybe you get a real person again. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's possible. So I'm really curious to see if we're gonna get to that point. And I think there are some hopeful signs in that direction already that it's possible. But just after she makes that breakthrough and actually taps into her individuality and shares a detailed memory, and convincingly uses the words I and my without tripping over them. All of a sudden she gets all weird and hivey again, and
Hy-Vee, that's where we shop at, guys.
Yeah, there's a grocery store named Hy-Vee here. But she gets all weird and hivey again.
It's kind of like Hy-Vee sense, like the bat signal.
Yeah, the Hy-Vee sense kicks in,
and there's a giant H in the sky. Yeah,
because she
yeah,
she gets that unspoken.
I said or a B for the.
Oh yeah, she gets that unspoken communication that Carol is going to have a visitor. And we know who that is. It only took all freaking season long, but freaking Manny is finally showing up.
It takes a long time to travel from South America to the U.S.
Yeah, especially without any air travel and going through the Darien Gap. I mean,
yeah, and having bacteria. Yeah.
I mean, I know you have someone chauffeur you across the country wherever you go. You see, but
yeah. He wasn't so lucky.
He could have got a chauffeur. All he had to do was ask.
All he had to do was ask, and they would have airlifted his car and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now here he is, complete with oozing flesh wounds and all. It's really gross.
Those always come in handy.
His stubborn ass is dressing his own wounds and driving the ambulance to meet Carol across an unmanned border. And there's no need for any border security anymore. Borders are no more. There's no such thing as borders in the world. Just imagine that. He's heading toward the.
There's no countries.
Imagine there are no countries. We're seeing the song Imagine just coming into fruition in a really twisted Twilight Zone kind of way.
Nope.
It's like the Twilight Zone version of Imagine. This isn't how John Lennon imagined it, I don't think.
I don't think so, but maybe.
Maybe, but I don't think this is how John Lennon actually imagined it would be.
No religion.
Yeah.
What else is a line? No money.
No, yeah. No money, no, yeah. And there he goes in his yellow ambulance headed toward the border, and there won't be any border patrol anymore.
Not a yellow submarine, but a yellow ambulance.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be a collision course that has been in the works for way too long. And if only they had met at the beginning of the season, I think that they would have been in perfect sync, because they were both full of rage and stubbornness. But now they're pretty far apart in their tactics and behavior and philosophy on how to approach all of this.
They had the same end goal, though, right? He kept repeating to save the world, right? So they both want to save the world still, right?
Yeah.
Part of that, what he was, his mantra. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just he's trying to do it from the outside, and Carol is literally doing it from the
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's doing it from the inside, all right.
She's going deep, exploring.
Yep.
She's looking for the root cause.
He's he's not gonna like this. But I mean, I don't think it's as troubling as it was in the previous episode when she was just embracing Zosha and we didn't really know what was going to come of it, if she was even going to continue trying to unhive everybody, work against the hive.
I just love that word. We need to make merch and we put it on, put on a shirt. I've been unhived.
Right. That's
it happened to a person in a hive is being unhived.
Yeah.
Don't hive me, bro.
Yeah. Well, don't unhive me.
Yeah. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So. Yep. So I think I think that they're going to have a huge confrontation. He's going to flip out when he sees that not only is she, accepting food and beverages from these people, but she's, fucking hiking with them and playing croquet with them and having sleepovers with them and sleeping with them now. God forbid he finds that out. Hopefully she can at least keep that part under wraps, that she slept with Zosha. But he'll see how cozy she is with her in general, and hopefully she can talk sense into him and make him understand that his way of doing things is not going to be constructive at all. It wasn't working. He didn't know jack shit about anything that was going on. So how could he possibly defeat this thing? If you don't even understand it, you don't have the first clue as to what it's all about, what this virus is and how it affected these people. He didn't know anything. So yeah, they're going to have to somehow work together.
Do you have any predictions on the finale, or do you want to do any predictions, or you just want to let it ride?
I think, well,
do you think the fourth time is a charm? That she'll finally die the fourth time?
Zosha. Hopefully
she's lived through 3.
Hopefully it's not Manny taking her head off with a machete. I mean, I think just pretty much the obvious is going to happen with him and Carol just completely at odds with the way that this needs to be handled, and she's going to have to convince him that his way is just not working. It's not going to be fruitful. Nothing is going to come from just ignoring them and holding themselves up somewhere. Like that, there's just nothing to be gained from that. Yeah, so I mean, and it'll be interesting to see, like, if he explodes at any of them, if they're going to have any kind of worldwide incidents, if he explodes, if he yells and screams, do millions of people die?
Yeah, I don't think Carol explained that to him, right?
No. So that'll be interesting. Let's see. So let's wrap up what the chat had been saying before we close this down. Ms. Honey said the hive is just mimicking Helen since she's in there. I mean, yeah, they have an unfair advantage with wooing Carol because they have Helen's memories. So they know all the things that would work on Carol. They know all the things she likes romantically. So, yeah, that's a great point. S. Madison said they seem like a good people / aliens. I would definitely be one of them. No hesitation. I mean, I would join them in some kind of civilization if I didn't have to give up my individuality, my soul, my personality. Like,
all you had to do is write some poetry or some stories for them, and then they just bring you whatever you need.
yeah,
Cool. Good setup.
yeah. So, yeah, I mean, they're nice people, but no, I wouldn't want to join them in the collective consciousness. Esrelai said, but they will all die in 10 years and want to mind wipe everyone in the universe. So, not really so nice in my view. Yeah, I agree. What's your definition of nice? And that's not so nice. So you're right about that. Yokai Gatha said, honestly, if I was Carol, I'd do the same. Like, if my only option for love and intimacy was the hive, then sure, I couldn't raw dog that kind of loneliness. I understand. Yeah, I'm not a loner. I'd probably give into that desperation eventually too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can't handle being alone. I really can't. I'm too well alone. So I get it. Doc said I'm shipping Carol and Zosha. Estrelai said if she gets Zosha in a large version of a Faraday box that blocks the electromagnetic connection, Zosha will disconnect from the hive. That's interesting.
There you go. We revert back to the Faraday model.
They need a scientist among the immune. They desperately need a scientist, but...
Well, they need to hit the books. Go back to school.
Go get some science
and then
books.
They'll be like, the clock will flip like 10 years later. They're like, the world's dead. And they're like, I figured it out.
Yeah.
But no, we have to reproduce for humanity.
Yeah.
Get your eggs.
Like,
get your eggs out.
It'll be like Carol and Minoso graduating, but it'd just be them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Frogman said, if they disconnect, do they retain memories of being joined? And if so, how many other people's memories may be in there? I would say they'd have to lose all of that if they disconnect.
Because I think if they were to retain all of it, they would just have an aneurysm as soon as they disconnect it. It's like, memory overload. It'd be like, done.
It would be too much.
It's like those certain kind of computers like we had at work. Like if you disconnected from the network, it didn't know shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's what would happen. Amy said, what if she's a virgin? What if Zosha was a virgin? Mr. Frogman said, I feel like we would have found out she was virginal after they did the deed. Yeah, maybe they would have told us.
Then again, while she was hooked to the hive, she would know all the moves.
Right.
So would you know? You'd know physically if there's some sort of a barrier, right? But you might not know by her, technique.
Right. Estrelai said, unhived Zosha probably can't speak English and won't necessarily be interested in anything romantic with Carol. She may feel violated and traumatized and be angry with Carol. Oh no, that's a great point. Yeah, she very well may feel that way. Yeah, that could cause all kinds of problems. Like, oh wow, we did it. Now we can really be in love like normal people. And Zosha is like, who the fuck are you, bitch? Like,
I don't know you.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
It'll revert to 51st dates.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Yeah. Ms. Honey said Carol has compartmentalized a lot of her choices. Oh, I think so too. She's not psychologically very healthy as a person. She really isn't. Carol should have asked more about Zosha, the person, and what her life was like. Yes. Ivy. Yeah, I'm using all kinds of new lingo tonight. Amy said, yes, that infection on his back looks so painful. Here comes stubborn as a rock. Right, Ms. Honey. Yeah, like this guy's going to start to get on our nerves, I think. S. Madison says, I like how they communicate subconsciously. That's brilliant by Vince. Yeah, it's creepy how like she kind of freezes when she's getting a communication for a few seconds. She freezes, and the first time it happened, Carol was like, "Oh my god, what are you okay?" And she thought
Yeah, okay.
she thought that she hurt her again, like she broke her again. Oh yeah, he needs some Bactine, I think. They'll be arguing via Google Translate. I think so. Oh no. S. Madison also thinks Manny's gonna kill Zosha. Oh no, I hope
I
not.
mean, they're just setting him up to be violent, so violent and then accidental and then the
That he's gonna kill Zosha. Someone else thinks that he's gonna kill Zosha.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Why not?
Estrelize said, I think you are right. Manusos could definitely kill Zosha. Oh man, I guess this is becoming a popular opinion. I just don't want to see it become that violent. I want him to be ultimately a productive, constructive character, and I know it's not going to be easy at first, but I hope he can eventually see reason, because we need more constructive characters we can work with other than just Carol on this show. Mason 19 said, being seduced by every lesbian on the planet is no fair. She couldn't hold out. Yeah, that's true. It really was unfair to Carol. Like they had every advantage over her. Don't go to the hive, Carol Ann. There is peace in the hive. All your babes are belong to us. Kelly said Zosha has to go for the show to stay interesting. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know. I mean, yeah, this could get old eventually if they don't do something. Either she's got to go, or she's got to get unhived, or it could get less interesting. I agree. Nuso's got to be a legendary cock block.
And I like the fact that it says clam dam underneath it.
Clam dam.
Nice one.
Nice.
High five.
Nice.
Was that clam dam?
Yeah, he said clam dam.
Instead of a cock block.
That's great. I wouldn't sleep in a basketball arena either, though, S. Madison.
On the floor? That'd be really uncomfortable.
It looks very uncomfortable. Hell no, I couldn't.
I can't see that being more efficient. Like, wouldn't it be more efficient for them all to be like in a storage container with a space heater?
Yeah, right? It should be. Estreli 3786 says, yes, I think Zosha might need to go to keep it interesting, but can Carol handle the grief of losing Zosha on top of Helen's death only 2 months ago? Yeah, she's already getting awfully attached to Zosha. She's definitely emotionally attached.
But then again, she almost accidentally killed her 3 times, so.
That's true.
Take that in consideration.
Tuck said, on Planet X, we hive mind in a sense via technology. It's more like an AI-empowered direct democracy system, but the AI has final say based on agreed protocols. Oh, that sounds very efficient.
Oh no, I'm going cross-eyed.
Mr. Frogman says, I keep thinking they are malignant and lying, but I don't know what they would be working toward. Yeah, I don't think so. I think that they're being open and straightforward to the hive people. But who knows? There could be a twist, and maybe they're not. Maybe they are being deceitful in some way. AA said, is Zosha really gay or bisexual, or is it just the hive? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. What language does she actually speak? Wasn't she from the Middle East?
Remember, she's like
Polish.
She's Polish?
Mm-hmm.
It looked like she came from somewhere in the Middle East.
I thought she was from Tunisia.
Oh.
But maybe not.
She was.
Because I thought when she was loading up that truck and everything, and then she got on a motorcycle, she was in Tunisia. I mean, it doesn't mean that a Polish person can't be in Tunisia.
Right. But when she talked about mango ice cream, where was she from? She was from
But Gladys or whatever sounds very Polish. It sounds very Eastern European.
Right. Yes, Madison said, I mean, if you watched Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, it usually doesn't end well when someone coming from down there.
In Mexico, yeah.
Oh, okay. I've got to watch Breaking Bad. Mr. Frogman says, I just don't trust anyone. Okay. Dansk is in Poland, where Zosha said she grew up. Okay. Okay. Oh, Amy, did I skip over? I was highlighting comments and maybe I forgot to read yours. Let me see. The last
Which one? Because we
Oh.
did the what language one.
Oh, when she was saying, like, imagine laying there, like when they were all like laying in the stadium with everybody trying to sleep and some dude busts ass loud as nobody responds.
Oh, it would straight resonate in there, huh?
Yes, it would. That would be awkward. I would not want to sleep in a room with that many people. God, no. All right. Well, I think we should shut it down now, since we still haven't watched the new episode, and the people who left and watched it probably just finished it. So,
yeah. Sweetie, is this the finale?
Yeah, it's the finale. And Debbie probably just watched it. Says, "Wow!" So, so we will cut it off here, and go watch the finale, and we'll be back. We'll be back in with sometime within the next week to do a breakdown of the finale, and we'll also discuss the part of Carol's book that Apple TV put out too. So have a good night, Kelly. And thank you to everybody who showed up to chat with us and join the conversation. Thanks to all the new people in the chat tonight. This was really cool to see some new names with our regulars. I hope you consider subscribing, and look out for more content on similar shows, because if you like this is exactly the kind of stuff that we love to cover here on this channel. So lots of sci-fi and psychological, thought-provoking kind of shows like this. And drama. It doesn't have to be sci-fi. We're going to be covering Fallout next. And yeah, the next episode is the finale, S. Madison, and it dropped already. It dropped early. So if you have Apple TV, you can go watch it right now.
I just put it off the chat, so if the chat didn't spoil anything for me, I'm like, I'm gonna go to this.
Yeah. Miss Honey said, thanks, ladies, and funny guy in the background. That would be Karl in the background. He didn't sign into StreamYard tonight. But yeah, that would be Karl in the background. My other co-host, and so but yeah, he couldn't make it to the beginning of the live, so he's just been chiming in the background. And good night to Asen19 and Debbie, and you have a great night too, Mr. Frogman. And you're welcome, Amy, and thank you for being here. And everybody check out Amy's channel. She has a new channel that she uses to stream about gaming, and she makes awesome AI content to beautiful music. Happy holidays to Ms. Honey and everybody in the chat. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers, and don't forget to hit the like button so it helps people find the stream. And if you're feeling charitable, you can leave a comment in the comment section too. That just an emoji, just a really brief comment, will trigger the algorithm and help people find this channel and these streams. So these are ways that help support the channel, like adding this stream to a playlist is another way. And I have Cashapp and Venmo to anyone who's so inclined. And Rose Jones isn't here tonight, but I'll just say thank you anyway to Rose Jones for sending me an extremely generous, kind donation. And I'll keep on saying it. I'll say it again in the next stream, and hopefully she'll be there and hear it. But thank you so much to Rose Jones for sending that Cash App. That was really generous, unbelievably generous of you. Thank you so much. And anyone who's so inclined, Cash App and Venmo are ways that you can support the channel. Since this is not monetized, I don't make any money off of doing this. YouTube doesn't pay me anything. And Cash App and Venmo are unfortunately US only, but there's also a Buy Me a Coffee link as well that's international. But I'm working on getting a PayPal link in there because I like that better. But anyway, any amount is always helpful and appreciated.
I had to keep my eyes closed because all these videos are now coming up in my feed on my iPad, and they're throwing notes down about the Pluribus finale.
Oh no!
I gotta keep my eyes shut so I don't read anything.
Yeah, watch out! Watch out for spoilers. We're not saying any spoilers here. So this is a spoiler for
that's what's happened when I was on lives before with Severance, and they were like come in and go, "What if so and so is dead?" Or I'm like, "No, my eyes."
Right? Yeah.
Let's see. Where are my goats? I had to feel for my goats.
Oh, thank you for saying that. Esferli saying, I love your From breakdowns in chat. Thank you so much. We're going to be getting back to more From content soon.
Do the rewatch?
Yeah, in January, we're going to make time to get back to the rewatch. Probably in January, I would say. And we'll definitely be getting back to From Academy. And when we get a teaser for the new season, we're going to cover that immediately and analyze the hell out of it. And that'll be a lot of fun. So we will be getting to some From content very soon again. We love you too, Doc. And yes, see you at the Fallout watch party on the Discord later. That'll be at 3 a.m. Eastern time. I'll stream it in Discord for anybody who wants to watch. Link to the Discord is in the description of the video. And we'll do that every week for Fallout, which will be the new show we cover. I haven't been able to do a live for it yet because we've been too busy with Pluribus and Stranger Things and Christmas
and the holidays, yeah.
But starting next week, we'll start covering Fallout. So we'll just get a late start, but we're gonna dive into Fallout as soon as we can. Enjoy Critter, and have your popcorn and soda.
Yeah, that's what I used to do for Yellow Jackets. I used to pop some popcorn and get myself all revved up, listen to the theme song that's all rev myself up.
Yeah. Sounds fun.
I'll probably do it for this one too.
Good night, AAMM. Happy holidays to you too. And yes, check out Debbie's channel as well. Debbie makes beautiful art. Yes, SL Rhodes. We can't wait till From season 4 as well. Maybe in another 3 or 4 months we'll have that. S. Madison says, I haven't been here since Severance. See you guys after the finale. Oh, well, glad that you came back. Well, we're not going anywhere, so we're gonna find as many more sci-fi related shows we can, sci-fi and mystery related shows we can to cover. We'll still be here covering whatever shows come up between now and From and the next Severance, a couple years from now. Oh, it's okay, Amy. I didn't think you meant anything bad by that. No worries. I didn't mean to skip it either. So I just wanted you to know that. Happy holidays to you too, S. Madison. And yeah, we'll be here. I don't know what night yet, so stay tuned. I'll announce it on Discord and on YouTube. For a live to come up within the next week. We'll do a live breakdown of the finale of Pluribus. So yeah, definitely hope to see you back for that, and everybody else. And thank you all so much. And if if I don't manage to squeeze in one more live, I might try to squeeze in one more live to break down the episode 4 of Stranger Things 5 before it drops, before the new batch of episodes drop. If I do that, it'll be really quick, maybe an hour and a half to 2 hour breakdown and then done. But if I don't see you for that, or I don't manage to do that, hope everyone enjoys their Christmas if you celebrate, and we'll see you again soon.
Happy holidays, everybody.
And you're welcome.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy
Yuletide. Happy Centennial.
And good night with Alice, and
Bodhi Day.
Have a good day or good night to everybody in the chat. And we will see you next time. Say good night, Carl.
Good night, Carl.
Good night, Carol.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Good night, Manny.
Good night.
I'm sorry. Buenas noches, Manny.
Good night.
Yeah. That's a theory creaking open, baby.
Yo, welcome to the screen where the plot gets bent. Julie B deep dives, not just for content. She don't react, she dissects those threads from the lens, catching clues y'all missed when the credits end. What you know about freeze framing frames and while you blinking, she building an evidence drum. Got a notebook bigger than the lore itself, and a chat full of nerds with a mental health shelf. Yeah, she sees the glitch, peep the double cross. You just watching TV, she talk to the boss. Every theory and thesis, no throwaway guess. While y'all on season 1, she in season X. Said rewind and slow it, zoom in, enhance. Julie B caught the symbol in the window glance. While you tweeting what just happened like a clown, she already made a flow chart, color-coded breakdown.
They don't die like us, they don't vibe like us. They binge and they bounce, we revive that trust. They skip intros, we every frame. You watch shows, we decode the game. They don't die like us, nah, they don't die like us.
She cracked Severance before y'all knew it was deep. Predicted the Last of Us depths in her sleep. When the camera pans, she ain't blinking once. Catch a ghost in the glass, call it theory punch. Watch parties lit like apocalypse nights. Call-ins while they bringing alien rights.
Hey, Julie, I think the trees are spies. Well, I have a spreadsheet that confirms that, guys.
Zoom in, boom in, she moving through clues. Spinning Discord in the courtrooms, Lord of views. Got mods with receipts. Time stands with heat. Every rewatch turns into a Reddit elite. You stuck on the surface, we beneath with maps. Cross-referencing lore with the rector's caps. If your fave show got secrets, don't be dumb. Julie got the chalkboard out in Frums where it's from.
They don't dive like us, they don't vibe like us. They skim the edge, we inside that crust. They zone out, we zone in the pain. You say plot twist, we say nope, chain. They don't dive like us, nah, they don't dive like us.
What's that?
That ain't a blooper, that's a plot thread. You thought it was a shadow? She thought it was a coded message from season 3. And she's probably right. Step this way if your mind's unbent. Step that way if your theories pay rent. Say Julie B, deep dive queen. Now zoom, scroll, theorize, pull. Ain't no rabbit hole safe once she got the cloud.
They don't